What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Make sure my mic is high enough so the sound is good. Let me get rid of this intro. Let me kill the intro. All right, intro is gone. Intro is gone. Selmo Foot, good morning. What's going on?
Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo.
Zedric, what's going on? Good morning. James Woodard, what's going on? Good morning. Spin, 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 and if that doesn't work, spin again. That's a fact. Good morning, Keith Hunt, Jersey in the building. So as y'all know, I'm on the road this week, but today at noon, the first, I'm doing a couple different film breakdowns this week. So I dropped the first one. It'll be on Patreon at noon. It's free for everyone. So if you're a member of the Patreon, or if you want to be a member of the Patreon, go sign up for free. You'll see the film breakdown over there. Go over there to check it out. The first one I put up is the third quarter because there's been a lot of talk about third quarters. Then I put up Shedeur's running plays. So go check that out. Tomorrow, I'm going to break down this whole fourth quarter. It's 20 plays. Just couldn't get everything done because y'all know I'm out here on the road. But definitely check that out. C. Brown Run, good morning. Miss Pamela, good morning. Oh, Jon Gruden, I got you. Let me get the link real quick. Let me get the link. I got you. I'll put it in the chat in just a moment. Give me just a second. Loretta, good morning. Work on that for you. I got you, James Woodard. Let's go here. Let's copy the link. Copy. No problem. I got you right now. There we go. That's going to take you to the membership page, but you can just sign up for the free version. You still get access to watch my film breakdowns because that's something I used to do for y'all on YouTube. So I want to make sure that's still available to y'all at no cost. There is some extra stuff that I do over there.
Okay.
Whoops,
I thought Shedeur played really well
in the background. Sorry about that. Doing too much over here, y'all. Doing too much. Good morning, Dutch. Are you in a truck? No, I'm not in a truck. I'm actually in a hotel today. I'm in a hotel. I've been on the road. Just, out of my home state, my present home state. But I've been back up in cold Ohio. So, y'all see I got the hoodie on today. It's like I just can't get warm, y'all. I can't get warm. I'm going outside. I'm like, what is this weather? Why did I ever live here for so long? So I'm in cold Ohio in the 216. It's gonna be cold in Chicago. It is, but it's cold in Cleveland. I've been to Chicago a couple times. Chicago does have something different on their code. I'm worried about the wind in Chicago. That's what I would be concerned about, is the wind in Chicago. It can get, y'all know it's called the Windy City. So the wind is what I would be worried about. Good morning, Charmaine. It's even cold in Arizona today. Yeah, cold everywhere. This Ohio stuff, man, you stay here for 5 days and you like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Shout out to Mangini for exposing himself. Time to eat crow. A lot of people, Zedric, they weren't looking at this based on football. And I always say, if you look at this based on football, you most likely will not end up in a bad spot. They chose to not do that. So I haven't done a throwback in a while. Do you post every day? James, are you asking Patreon or do I just post other places every day? And then I'll let you know. Good morning, Latika. When nobody talking about those Broncos. I don't know. They the Broncos are looking good. The Chiefs are looking rough. The AFC, what would that be? What was that? The AFC West looking a little different. Looking a little different. Ohio is cold here. Charmaine, tell me about it. From the time I left the airport, I could not warm up. I just been cold, and I'm like, dang, this is crazy. Anticipating 17-mile-an-hour winds as of right now in Chicago. 17, not too crazy. Not too crazy. Asante, what's going on? C. Brown Run, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, C. Brown Run. James Woodard, if you were asking about Patreon, so what I do on Patreon is more of, I would say more of an access level, access thing, taking your support to the next level. So you go to the supporter level. You can send videos, like you can DM me over there. You can get in touch with me. You can send videos you want to see me react to. They get used on the live show. I do put paid things over there, but just the film review is just something I'm leaving unpaid. I just, got to protect myself from YouTube. So I post over there. I try to get about 4 posts a week. It's a little bit different this week because I've been traveling. But once I get back home, it'll be back to about 4 posts a week over there. If you're looking at my other social medias like YouTube and then also my TikTok, I'm posting there every day. So you just gotta tap in over there. All right, where we leave off at Latanya. Good morning. How you doing? I think Shedeur can win this game. Caleb and Shedeur played each other in college his first year at Colorado. Almost made a comeback win. Yeah, when they say it's only the Titans, the Chicago Bears don't have the best defense. Caleb Williams is actually not having the best season, but they run the ball well. Ben Johnson is very creative in how he sets up the run. That's my concern. My concern is not with being able to stop Caleb. My concern is how creative Ben Johnson is in the run game. That's what I'm concerned about. Asante, did you see Jay Hayden on Shedeur talking about he lost the game but wasn't on the field for the for the 2-point play? Yeah. Jay called Shedeur trash before Shedeur even hit the field. So at this point, I would just be bullying Jay Crawford if I just kept saying stuff and reacting to what he says. Because we're getting to a point where I built some credibility up with my voice, where some people, I just know that they don't know enough about the sport of football, where we shouldn't really take what they say serious. We should just let their words go into the atmosphere and let them be what they're going to be and not even worry about it. So that's kind of how I view Jay Crawford. I did see that, and I was like, yeah, I could go in on him, but what's the point? You know what I'm saying? We not gaining nothing from just keep going at guys who don't want to watch the film and they relying on other people. We're not gaining much. C.A. Anderson, good morning. Seattle in the house. What's going on? Good morning, Miss Brown. Doggy Bone, what's going on? Orangeburg, South Carolina, in the building. That says, I am definitely enjoying Cleveland media embarrassing themselves. Yeah, it's all out there for everybody to see. Good morning, Dawn. R. Jizzle, what's going on? Good morning. Wet 11s, good morning. You've read the rundown because that is definitely something we're talking about today. I was like, man, it seems like what Shaun King is saying is not that bad until he got to the last minute of what he said. And I 1000% disagree with him there. So Wet 11s, Wet 11s, we're going to get to it. We're going to talk about Shaun King. Did you see Lima almost break down? I did. We're not going to play Lima's breakdown. Jonathan Peterlin has said what was going to happen. He's been one of the few who always stood on their stance from the beginning. So we're going to play them reacting to Lima because I'm not gonna play Lima. It ain't worth it. Mary Kay get on my nerves. Yeah, Mary Kay. We got to put Mary Kay in that bucket. Mary Kay is in that bucket with Jay Crawford, Anthony Lima, even Ken. I think his name is Ken Carmen. They're playing an act. They're playing a role. They're not trying to understand the game to a better level, and then they wouldn't put their foot in their mouths. But that's what they did. So, Shaun King is definitely a fence rider, Asante. He is definitely a fence rider. So we're gonna highlight that. We're gonna highlight that a little bit later. I haven't done a throwback in a while, y'all. I haven't done a throwback in a while. So today, y'all can get a throwback because I called something out very, very, very early. It was on my TikTok. I did this so long ago that I didn't even post it on my YouTube. That's how long ago I said this. I said this in May, so we're gonna get a throwback. We're gonna definitely get to it. All right, let's see. These media people are in love with Stefanski, and they want to believe in him no matter what anybody says. I agree with that, Ms. Brown. All the dress wearers and diddlers coming around. That's a fact. Brent, that is a fact. What's going on? Have you heard that McGovern, the reporter that coached Prime Douse of Water 1992, was Kevin's grandfather? I did see about that. I saw some back and forth about it. I didn't have time to get that on today's show, but potentially on Friday, we'll look more into that. Dawn. I was done with SK after he apologized to that. Yeah. Yeah. To WB that be hating on Shedeur Sanders. See what Emmitt Smith said this morning? I didn't see what Emmitt Smith said. Tony Grossi said he don't block for Shedeur for that interception. He don't blame Shedeur for the interception. Got you. He don't blame him for that interception. Yeah, Shedeur was pressing. He was trying something. So I'm not gonna crush him for it. They sat up there and acted like Shedeur deserved to go in the 5th round, and now I want to tell the fans how to behave. Dutch, that's a valid point there. Valid point. Ooh, that's loud in my ear. Let me turn that down slightly. Let's turn that down a little bit. Things are changing very quickly. Good morning, Tessa. What's going on? Don, I will look into that and see if there's any validity to that story for Friday. Why are they so obsessed with quarterbacks? Don't they know you need other players to win? Wet 11s, I don't understand. They just think a quarterback is going to come in and change the game and save the world. Jermaine, what's going on? Greetings. Not his grandfather, his wife's father. Okay. I gotta look into that more. The fans should be outraged. I agree with that, Dutch. The people out here choking on their lives, they've been feeding us all season. They working overtime trying to spin this narrative. They working hard. It's a backstory to why Prime threw water on Tim McCarver. Yeah, if I remember correctly, he was trying to loosen him up. Just like, he was kind of an uptight guy, McCarver. And he was just trying to loosen them up and like, come on, loosen up, celebrate with us. We doing things. So if I remember correctly, Stefanski needs to go. Andrew Berry can stay. Yeah, that's about where I've settled on it. I've settled there. No one likes Stefanski. No one. Yeah, I called it when Bruce Arians publicly called out Kevin Stefanski. I said, this is the worst thing that can happen. Let me set some stuff up on the back end here. Let me set this up. Let me switch this out real quick so we can get to it. Where we at? Let's cancel that. We're gonna get a good rewind today. So I'm gonna take it back for y'all. YouTube, Chrome. I'll do it in a minute. There is a connection. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Dawn. Did you notice Prime did not want to hug Haslam? He is not fooling with him after he said Shedeur was not his pick. Yeah, he gave him that. He gave him that side. He gave him the sidearm. Let's get this thing rocking and rolling, y'all. I got a hard out today. Max I could go is probably 2.5 hours. So let's get this thing rocking and rolling because we got a lot to get to on this Wednesday. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna throw it back. I got 3 shorts from my TikTok. 3 shorts from my TikTok that I'm gonna play for y'all because we're watching this play out. These shorts that I'm gonna play for y'all, this is from May of this year. So this is not when the fallout is happening now. This is from May. I was saying this and people just They act like I didn't know what I was talking about. So let's start with this one.
You don't know what any one of these players is going to do until they play. And what happens is, and this is what is so insane about it, by the time we know.
Yeah, our Jizzle, didn't he throw the water on him when they were celebrating after a win? Didn't he pour the water on him after they were celebrating a win? If I remember that correctly, our Jizzle? I thought that's what it was. I could be misremembering it.
There's never a checklist or a report card. And people say, well, why don't you do draft grades 3 years after the fact? Because nobody cares by then. We're on to the next draft. It's the damnedest thing. It's like this big.
So y'all just get to say all this stuff pre-draft. The draft happens. Y'all get to be wrong by a lot. And then nobody gets to question you. This is where earlier when I went off on that tangent, old media doesn't realize how like YouTube works. A lot of YouTube is about receipts. All those teams passed up on Lamar Jackson, and Polian from the Colts said he should be a wide receiver.
I don't know what any one of these players is going to do until they play. And what happens is, and this is what is so.
So that's the first one. I was saying, this is months ago. Y'all see my old setup, old background, all that stuff. I was saying they crushed these kids coming out in the draft, trying to live their dream and pursue their dream. And nobody brings it up and says, man, we should grade if these people actually get this right later. And I was like, they don't realize YouTube is about receipts. I said this in May. Everybody's pulling the receipts now. Now, I got 2 more of these for y'all because I said this so long ago. Let's go to the next one. Oh, got you. Okay. He did, but he was reacting to those negative comments he made. Okay. Got you, CA.
These college kids get more popular, more famous. Their fans, their supporters are not going to let y'all forget how y'all crapped on them pre-draft and then just move on to the next draft. We're not letting y'all do that. Y'all used to get away with that. Y'all have to update how you report these things. You have to. Easy series for the Celtics. If I say something wrong, or if I pick a team and that team doesn't win a series, that team doesn't win a game, people come and they can call me out about it. I'm okay with it because I expect it. Old media, they don't realize that's coming. These college kids get more popular, more famous. Their fans, their supporters are not going to let y'all forget how y'all crapped on them pre-draft and then just move on to the next draft. We're not letting y'all do that. Y'all used to get away with that. Y'all have to update how you report these things. You have to. Easy series for the Celtics.
All right, so I was saying this in May. This is the last one. I ain't going to bore you all to death, but I was saying this in May. I was saying the media has no idea what's coming. They don't know the storm. And y'all are seeing this play out this week.
All the people who tried to say because CJ Stroud didn't do well on some new standardized test that they try to run to determine if a guy's going to be good in the NFL, which doesn't have anything, from what I'm hearing, doesn't have anything to do with football, and say that's the reason why he shouldn't be the number 1 overall pick. Look at how all those people were wrong. They shouldn't be as cocky as they are if they know that it's not an exact science. If they know it's a likelihood that they can be wrong. They still don't realize people keep receipts. All the people who tried to say because CJ Stroud didn't do well.
So y'all see it. Just had to pull some quick receipts of me saying this and me saying they don't know what's coming. And people were pushing back on me. People were pushing back on me saying, man, these fans not going to make a difference. These supporters not going to make a difference. And I was like, okay. All I could do is warn you. If I warn you and you look at me like I'm crazy and you don't take my advice, that's on you. That's on you. That's your choice. That's your call. You can do it. So I was saying this in May. They didn't know the storm. Now, if y'all notice, to me, the funniest part about everything that's been happening since Sunday is now they're afraid to talk. They are so afraid to talk. They're afraid to say anything without saying, I'm not saying this is just bad about Shedeur. They're afraid to say anything. And I think that is funny because speak your mind. Yes, Charmaine, they still do that test. It's a newly implemented test that they just started in the last like 5 or so years, a new test that they do at the combine. Yes, Dawn is clickbait. Don't even say they were wrong. Tell you to move on and try to pivot. That's exactly it. Dawn is asking legally, how can they do this? Legally, because it's so hard for you to prove that they cost you money. So that's why they get away with it. It's so hard to prove they cost you money. That's why they get away with it. Plus, athletes are public figures, so the bar is even higher legally for you to be able to prove what they're doing to you. He did, but he was reacting to those comments. Gotcha. We just went over that. I believe Prime's mother had called him, told him what McCarver was saying, and happened to come into the locker room after that game, and that's when Prime threw the water. Okay, got you. That's because he had been talking. All right, got you. Okay, so I wasn't all the way off. I had a part of the story, but shout out to y'all for correcting me. I know he said something about Deion. Deion mom called him and told him, okay. Oh, y'all own it. Wet 11 said, I might be forgiving Janky. He got to do more. Janky has to do more. He has to do more. All right, let's see. They can't say anything without using but. I agree. That story about Kevin Granddad being a reporter was created to remind people what Deion did to a white man. Notice the man kept repeating, Deion bullied him. I think this guy works for the NFL. Oh, wow. So it's definitely some stuff to look up. Bull and McNuggets were walking on eggshells. I saw that. This is crazy that they can say what they want. Now we can say we want back to them. I see that as fair. I see it as fair. If you can say whatever, why can't I respond? If you can say whatever? Let's get to the next video or first video we got today. Why are you not trying to show up properly for me? Let's get this right. Y'all, was y'all here when I was trying to put a video up on the screen and it wouldn't come up? All right, there we go. That's what my computer just was doing right now, but we got it. We're going to get to it. The problem with these people is they were never doing it based on football. They weren't having honest conversations. Now they are afraid to say anything. If Barry is the GM, I don't think Cleveland will be drafting a QB. I agree with you there. Totally agree. All right, this is Nick Wright. Now, it's some people I'm going to show today. I'm not going to show 5-10 minutes of what they're doing and saying. I'm going to show you a very small portion of what they're saying, and we're just going to point out exactly where their mistake is. So it's not going to be long. I'm just going to warn y'all because y'all know how we feel about Nick. He also talks slow. I'm going to speed him up. We're going to do 1.5 because I think it's very obvious what his issue is with Shedeur.
Well, I was impressed. Had some really nice moments. One awful throw, but that's so what? He's a rookie. And that's the type of performance that earns you the job the rest of the year. And now we'll see how he is over the next month, where to see if he maybe can prove everyone involved in the NFL draft process from a team perspective wrong. It's an amazing opportunity. And I don't listen. I said this to Danny on Sunday, and this is the best way to explain it, because I do think Shedeur is a good kid, and I do think he's charming.
Good morning, Marie. What's going on?
You about to lose your job.
Yeah, that's what they saying, Zedric. They saying he might be up for a promotion. He knocked his draft out the park.
And I do think he's well-intentioned. I
agree, Dawn.
This is the best. He just strikes me as like some of the things that people dislike about his personality, not the play, the personality. I just feel like, I've known a lot of people like that. It's just like a really rich kid that doesn't quite get, how get how the way he acts kind of comes across to certain people, but it doesn't mean they're a bad person, and it doesn't mean they're ill, like they're bad.
I do think that some of the stuff that, I'm not telling the guy to change or suggesting that he should change, but I do.
His son says, I'm not telling the guy to change or suggest how he should change, and then he's going to tell him to change.
I think the stuff that people have problems with, or like the bigger things, is like a very easy thing to turn off for like a second.
So the problem is his confidence, and he won't change for people. That is the root of why they have an issue with Shedeur. That's the root of it. That's the root of their issue with Shedeur. The problem is Coach Prime already spoke on this. He told you, don't let his confidence.
Sometimes you got to know what you know. They're going to call it cockiness. They're going to call it arrogance, but you're going to call it confidence. Because I don't want my confidence I'm going to say something and I want you to hold on to it. All right? Get your cameras ready because this is game. Do not allow my confidence to offend your insecurity. If I could get up and dance, I would dance right now. If I could get up and shout, I would shout right now. Do not allow my confidence to offend your insecurity, because I dress like I dress because I'm confident. I look like I look because he's confident. We walk like we walk because we're confident. I don't even use cologne. Now, somebody asked me, what is that you're wearing? I say, confidence.
Talk to him, Coach Prime. Coach Prime already explained what their issue was. He already explained it, y'all. They're not as confident as he is, so they take it personal. They take it personal. That's what it is, y'all. That's what it is. Nick and Bomani have really disappointed me. Yes, I stopped covering Bomani in the summer because he was just wrong about a lot of stuff he was saying about Shedeur, and I was calling it out like I always call people out. My TikTok started getting reported, so any video that Bomani was in, they would limit who could see the video. So I said, just eliminate. Just eliminate. Bull and McNuggets hate Shedeur so much, but they don't want to lose their credibility, so they don't go full on. I ain't gonna say that on YouTube, but I'm there with you, Spiritual War. Just like Jay. You can tell deep down they hate Shedeur as him. I agree with that. Yeah, Nick is one of those guys I don't listen to. I agree. It took me hearing that one thing because I was waiting for them. They're always going to tell on themselves. I was waiting for them to tell on themselves and tell me what their issue was. And their issue is with Shedeur's confidence. And once I realized that, now that I know what the issue is, I don't even got to talk or listen to you anymore because I know his confidence is never going to change. So you're always going to feel inferior. So I just got to remove you from listening to you. But I thought it was important that once he put it out there in wax, that we had to show where his issue was. How do they act? Beast, that's the same question I have. That's the same question I have. I used to rock with him, but can't anymore. I'm right there with you on Nick. Bingo, they tell on themselves. Yep. Charmaine, Nick is a nope. I agree. What is this guy saying? A rich kid that can't relate. Shedeur Sanders doesn't come off as a rich kid. Yes, he is fun-loving and playful, but he doesn't give off rich kid. He does not. He does not. Well. Nick Wright and his F up QB mountain. Talk to him, Tessa. Talk to him, Tessa. Just reply, offended insecurity to people like Shaun King, Nick Wright, Bull, and them other bottom feeders. That's it, C.A. Anderson. That's it. We're going to be looking to trade for Shedeur Sanders in the offseason. Andrew Berry ain't letting Shedeur get out the building. But loves LeBron. I say LeBron is uber confident. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It doesn't make sense. So that's what shows you that they, for whatever reason, is more attached to Coach Prime and Shedeur. That's what it is. Bull needs to get himself together. Do you see how he looks on that couch? Wet 11s. How you carry yourself is a direct reflection of who you are. So if you carry yourself a certain way, it's a direct reflection. That's what I'm gonna say about that. Direct reflection. All right, what we got up next?
Because when I come on here,
hold on, slow down now, slow down. They hypocrites. All the other rookie QBs play like Shedeur Sanders and they hype them up. And when the other side of their mouth, they say Shedeur needs to prove more. They keep saying it. That's the part that's crazy. They keep doubling, tripling down. Shedeur needs to play out of his mind. He plays out of his mind. It ain't enough. He needs to do more. Okay. All right. Whatever. I said before, I'll say it again. Kevin wanted to turn a playmaker into a game manager, trying to fit a star into a square hole. That's why Kevin loves Dylan so much. I agree with that, Doggy Bone. I agree with that. Are Cleveland Browns playing in our faces not getting rid of Kevin Stefanski? It's like they're giving him permission to do what he does to Shedeur. For whatever reason, I think they're trying to hold out until the end of the year. It doesn't make sense to me, but that's what I think they're trying to do. They're trying to hold out to the end of the year. Oh, let me get this up. Shout out to James Woodard. Shout out to James Woodard.
My God! Wow!
James Woodard got something to say. Nick is not going to Xmas with his wife. Yeah, I don't understand the hate for Shedeur. I don't understand the hate. Shout out to James Woodard, always tapping in, always supporting the stream. I appreciate you. I definitely appreciate you. R Jizzle. You a wild boy, but you're right though. KC, what's going on? What I've noticed too is they gas all this other drama surrounding Shedeur, but when he balls out, they're quiet, ridiculous. That's it. Bull carries himself as an ultra humble media personality. Yeah, it just doesn't match. So Bull was attacking Deshaun Watson's fiance when she announced their engagement, and I had a big issue with that. And that's when I really started looking at Bull differently. So I had a big issue with him. So I think the ultra humble thing, I think that's an act. It's really not about ball for them. That's it. Detroit Gemini in the building. What's going on? Good morning. If Deion was a crash out father, they would be salivating on Shedeur. I agree, Loretta. CO7 111. What's going on? They all need to apologize to Shedeur Sanders. I agree. Bull is full of it. He is not humble at all. He talks a lot of crap to be so disgustingly obese. Yeah. Hey, if you're going to talk the mess, just don't be mad when it come back at you. If any team hires Kevin, I hope they tell him to create a better offense. Jonathan Peterlin said something. He said he looks at, he used an analogy about a relationship, and he said to him, if Kevin Stefanski leaves and goes somewhere else, he just going to block him on everything. He's not going to reach out to him just like a relationship. He just going to move on. So I'm right there with him. Kevin Stefanski, go do what you're going to do. Whatever happens, do what you do. Whatever happens, do what you're going to do. I don't mind. I ain't going to be following Kevin Stefanski. He not good enough for us to keep trying to figure out it ain't worth it. Clyde Marshall, good morning. Hello, Shedeur. This is Vincent Young. Man, you have a volume of melanated YouTubers battling for you. Only Deion and Irving would not degrade me. That's a fact. Arjizzle, you wild. Shedeur isn't ready. He can't process. No, Shedeur just not going to dink a dunk. That's it. The Cleveland media is in knots today. They don't know what to do with themselves. Anthony Lima is the worst. He said he hates Shedeur Sanders fans. That's crazy to say. That's wild to say. And that's why I would just say you just don't play those people. I can't stand Shaun King. He's always throwing unnecessary shade at the Sanders, but expect no less from those that hang out on the JB show. It's crazy, Casey. It's crazy. That's why everything he said before this, I'm not really showing. I'm just showing the very end of this, the very end. I would say his wife probably lost a bet and had to marry him. Not lost a bet. While the Cleveland media has so much to say about the fans, we got them popping. That's a fact. The same people they complain about are the same people they need. The Cleveland media hates Black Shedeur fans. They do. They don't like it. Like you said, they are going to say they developed Shedeur. They are. They're going to try to take credit. We know it ain't. I was watching Bucky's video the other day when they went to the game, and then he was talking to QB Select, and he was breaking down his travel plans and how when Shedeur wasn't starting Mondays and Tuesdays, he was working with him on their off days, and then he would go see Cam Moore, work with him on Wednesdays, and he would go down to Houston, and he would work with all his QBs. He's still working with Shedeur on Tuesdays before Shedeur even goes to practice, and he was like, we break down film, footwork, all that. So if you want to know where to put the credit, give the credit to QB Select. He talked about how they still were going to colleges to work out. So that's where the credit needs to go. Was Shaun King going for a job at CU? He talks like he wants a job somewhere, but to me, he doesn't. To me, Shaun King thinks he's better than he is at even evaluating quarterbacks, because he had different smoke for Shedeur before the draft and after the draft than he's saying now. So he might have, and they wasn't on him. Yeah, King is low-key hater, but he has some good points from time to time. I agree with that. They want Shedeur and Lamar to throw the ball away because those exciting plays they make on the run embarrasses their their white QBs that can't do the same. Throw the ball away, dim your black excellence. Yeah, level the playing field. Level the playing field. All right, let's go here. Let's hear what Shaun King had to say because I totally disagree with this. Totally disagree with this. Y'all know I don't play the line leader. I don't play people trying to come in and tell people how to say something. I don't play that. I don't like that. And he had a line leader moment here. He had a line leader moment right here.
I really like to use the platform because you guys have such a passionate fan base. I've told you all the interactions I've had on social media and in person. Big shout out to you guys and your reach. But to every diehard Shedeur Sanders fan out there, I got a message. He's good enough without your extremism. You make it more difficult for him to be embraced and accepted because you're so over the top.
So, who does Shedeur need to be accepted by? Because we were told the Cleveland Browns don't care what happens in the media. They block out the noise. So who should Shedeur fans stop saying how they feel to let Shedeur be accepted by who? 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 We're supposed to let people lie, blatant lies on Shedeur with video proof of what they're lying about, and you're just supposed to accept it. We seen Albert Breer lie. We seen all these people lie. And now you're just supposed to sit there quiet? If you was here at the beginning, that's why I played what I said in May. I played that from May. They don't know the level of receipts that are going to hit them. People are not going to let you crush these guys in the media and tell lies and then just go away quiet. They don't want to be called out for being wrong. That's all this is. That's all this is. They don't want to be called out for being wrong. And y'all want to know a secret? They've always been wrong. They get up there, they've been wrong so often that now they take offense to somebody correcting them because that's how much they've been wrong. It's an issue. It's an issue because they've been that wrong. It's built in the cake that they're going to be wrong, and they're still supposed to be viewed as experts. They don't like you holding them accountable when you consistently get things wrong, and then you say, we're not going to listen to that person. They don't like that. They don't like that. Hey, I don't like the line leader talk. I don't like the line leader talk. I can't get with that. Y'all know I can't get with that. I'll give people a chance even if they disagree with me in the chat. But if you're going to come in and think you're going to be the line leader and tell people how to wake up, talk, and do what they're going to do, I can't go for that. I can't go for that. I can't go for that. I don't tell people how to view things. I tell people how I view things, and they can decide if they want to agree or disagree with me. I'm not just getting the microphone just saying this stuff. The Browns were lying about Shedeur. The national media accepted the lies. They were using a microphone to push the lies about Shedeur. Now they want the people who they shamed, they called nicknames, they were clowning all this time. Now, you want us to get them grace? You know what? I got a deal for you, Shaun King. I got a deal for you. And let me ask y'all if y'all agree with this. Let's give them the same grace they gave Shedeur when he wasn't playing. Let's give them the same grace they gave Shedeur when he didn't have a film. Let's give them the same grace when he didn't have the stats. The only problem is it's none. So that's the same grace you're going to get. None. You're going to get none. Zero. Zilch. None. That's how much grace we're going to give y'all, because that's how much grace y'all gave Shedeur. When they said Dylan Gabriel was far ahead of him, y'all gave him no grace. Y'all went up there and y'all complained and y'all said he has to be doing something behind the scenes. When everybody said Dylan Gabriel did not look like a quarterback and y'all still said Shedeur was doing something wrong, you get no grace. Talk to him, Keith. I can't go for that. No. No can do. I can't go for that. We ain't going for it. And this is where I want you to stay.
Everybody stay on that side when they switched up. You switched up, stay on that side, man.
I want you to stay on that side. I don't want you dancing on the fence. I don't want you riding the fence. I'm only going to give you the same thing you gave me. I'm not going to turn into the better person. I'm not going to turn into the better person now. I'm not. I can't forget what you did. I can't forget. I can't forget it. It's been months of people fighting in my comments when remember they tried to convince us that Dillon Gabriel was good and we needed to root for him because he was on the team. I can't go for it, y'all. I can't go for it. I'm giving you the same level of grace that you gave Shedeur. So if you gave Shedeur grace, we're going to give you grace. If you believe the Browns blindly and you became a microphone for them, that's the amount of grace we're giving you. Rizzo is an L2. I told y'all Rizzo, that's why I didn't even keep going back and saying or repeating what Rizzo say, because I'm like, nah, he playing the game. He a fence rider just like the rest of them. I can't go for that. I can't go for it. Can't do it. Stay on your side.
Everybody stay on that side when they switched up. You switched up, stay on that side, man.
Stay on that side. I told y'all gonna hear John Morant all week. John Morant is gonna be here all week. He has a residency. John Morant has a residency here, y'all. He gonna be here all week. All week. Let me get some of y'all comments. You mean to tell me the supercomputer? Boy, did that narrative fail. Facts. I think they were describing Shedeur, actually. They were describing Shedeur. They were describing Shedeur. They want to be called out for their lies, but guess what? We will call them out every time. Stay on that side. Talk to him, Marie.
Everybody stay on that side.
Talk to him.
You switched up, stay on that side, man.
Talk to him. Hi, Shaun King. This is your stats. You threw 27 touchdowns, 24 interceptions. You were 14-10. You lasted 6 years in the NFL. Jon Gruden replaced Tony Dungy, and Gruden replaced you with Brad Johnson. Talk to him. Talk to him. Hey, you guys pull these people's resume. The same way I said with Acho. You got to start pulling these people's resume. Don't tell me you the best loser. I don't want to hear from the best loser all the time. I want to hear from people who are able to get to success. I don't want to hear from the best loser. They saw what happened to Jerry Jeudy. Just like in Friday After Next. Hey, you heard what happened to the last security. No, what happened to the last security? I'll give them the same grace they give Shedeur. That's a fact. Right, the internet is undefeated. To even try to stop it is pointless. They sound petty. They sound super petty. Hey, they throwing rocks into the ocean. It won't make a difference. Baker Bros still out here fighting for him. Come on. They not getting grace. Eye for an eye. It also shows how lazy the media is. Or just to talk to him. Keith, you know it. I can't go for that. No. Dawn says no mercy. They don't know about the Beehive and the Swifties. In this social media era, you can't just lie and assassinate somebody's character without getting checked by the fans. This is nothing new. They have lived in a bubble so long, they think this is new. They think it's new because they've been wrong for so long. They've been allowed to be wrong majority of the time and still show up and talk like they're coming from a place of knowledge. In what industry can you be wrong more than you're right and people still call you an expert? Sports. Sports media, to be exact. King isn't talking to Shedeur fans. He's Dog Wilson trying to be accepted by his favorite base. He's talking to look good for his base. That's why I asked the question. Who is Shedeur trying to be accepted by? Shedeur is accepted by the people who ride with him. Trying to police fans is a losing battle. I agree. Say that. I'm sorry, but Shaun King seems like a hater. He is a hater. I remember I called out Shaun King because he was trying to take little digs at Shedeur, and he like, yeah, we can go to Dion's ranch and we can put gas in our cars and we can drive nice cars. And I said, hey, tell me what y'all think this is. Does this seem like a hater? Does this seem like jealousy? That's what I see from him. We need to get on Haslam's case because he doesn't like bad publicity. Yeah. Stay on their neck. Now that Sanders is a starter, it's like they have Gabriel in hiding, nowhere to be found. Shaun is sickening to watch sometimes. I agree. They have never been loved like that. That's a fact. I told y'all, they wanted people to turn their back on Shedeur because they never got that type of support. He doesn't realize how ridiculous that sounds. Clearly can't handle the pushback for his own words. That's it. That's it. Man, his fans are his fans. Why are they worried about them? Talk to him, Nate. Exactly. Shedeur has enough supporters. Stay on that side. Stay on that side. They're going to cancel shows. He is nothing but a buck broken. Miss Pamela, you see it. What extremism. The fans are going hard because the haters are going harder. We're not fanning over Shedeur. We're just standing up to injustice. But nah, they rather lie in your faces. That's it. His fans going to come through. Come for you. They're going to come for him. See, when they talk a lot, they tell them themselves. I agree. I've never seen anybody criticize the fans of an athlete ever. Talk to him. This is why Asante says he's a fence rider. So y'all see it. Y'all see it. I got you, C.A. Anderson. I was hitting the chat. I was hitting the chat. I was hitting the chat. I forgot it was still up. Shout out to you. It's been up there longer than it needed to be.
Oh my God! Wow!
Shout out to C.A. Anderson and all your support. I definitely
chasm
appreciate
between
you.
the two quarterbacks. What's
Pause
because
it.
the Browns
Hey,
are
hey,
telling
hey,
everyone.
hey, stop. All right. I got it down. I appreciate you, C.A. Anderson, for all your support. Yeah, it had long enough time up there. I had to hit y'all in the chat, though. I had to get y'all. Did they even put a poster of Brucey in the Browns cafeteria? Never. So true. Lazy and refuse to do their own research. That's it. Media can kick rocks. That's right. We have not heard about Dylan Gabriel in a minute. They don't even turn the camera towards him. They showed him one time bundled up on the sidelines. I can remember this game. Sanders doesn't care what people say. I wish I had his attitude. You got to get there, Charmaine. When you get there, it's a cheat code. It's a cheat code when you get there. It's a cheat code. Sorry. Hit the wrong button. Yes, enjoying the Cleveland media crash out and the exposure of their true colors. Shaun King make my stomach churn. So when I get these initial feels about people, I just tell y'all. So when I first got that initial feel that Shaun King was a hater, even though he was saying good stuff about Shedeur, I was like, something just don't sit right with me. So I just always tell y'all and I put it out there. Sometimes I put stuff out there early so I seem like the one who could be off. But then it's proven to be true later because I'm just telling y'all, as soon as I had that gut feeling, I tell y'all. I don't hold back when I have a gut feeling about something. I just tell y'all, and then, later on, the people just keep exposing it. Shaun act like he's an expert because he's articulate but broke. He just trying to get a job. He trying to get a job. You heard the news that Kevin Stefanski won't out of Cleveland. Bye. Bye, Kevin. Nobody's keeping you here. Bye, Kevin. Go wherever you want to go. You are not tied down here. Go where you want to go. Bye, Kevin. Y'all remember what was the friend on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and the dad always used to throw him out the house? That's what I'm doing to Kevin. Bye, Kevin. You can go wherever you want to go. Wherever you want to go. Looks like Stefanski just got done talking. He's talking this early? Let me check. I don't know if he got anything good to say, but we'll search it. We'll search it up real quick. You're right. He finished 13 minutes ago.
Offensively.
We might breeze through it, put him on fast mode. Well, they're going to be mad even more. TMC just named Shedeur the most significant athlete in 2025. Man, oh man, they're going to be mad. They're going to be big mad. Mary Kay called us loud and proud Shedeurians. I am a proud Shedeurian. Yeah, there you go. Y'all got me. Jazzy Jeff. That's what it is. That's what I'm trying to do to Kevin Stefanski. That's what I'm trying to do. Let us know when the Pepsi Rookie of the Week comes out. Yeah, we got to watch for that because his is deserving. Doggy Bone, R Jizzle, y'all know what I'm talking about. Hey, he could go like they used to kick Jazzy Jeff out. He can go that same way. Shaun King just wants to keep getting invited to the JB show. Uncle Ruckus. Hey, they tell y'all, they say it. They talk about the money. Don't forget to vote Shedeur Rookie of the Week. Yes, definitely vote Shedeur Rookie of the Week. I think he's going to win it. He had the best week. To me. He had the best week. Jazzy Jeff, Will Smith rap partner. Thank you. Yes, Loretta got it too. Y'all on top of it. Y'all be on top of it. I like that. Y'all know what I be thinking about. Sometimes I forget a person's name, but y'all be on top of it. So I appreciate that. I got something new this week, y'all. Before we get to some more videos, I got something new this week. Let me get these people off the screen. I got something new for y'all this week. So let's put this down. I even made a new sound effect for it.
Stat man. Yeah, that's you. Yeah, that's you. We all.
All right, I got some stats for y'all. Shout out to Clyde. He got it as well. DJ Jazzy Jeff. I appreciate y'all. I got some stats. I think I'm going to make this on the full screen, and then I'm just going to take it off the full screen so it looks better so y'all can see it. Yeah, I saw something. Detroit Gemini, I saw something saying she worked at Sephora. I saw something saying that. Let's see. Stretch the screen. Here we go. All right. So I got some stats for y'all because what these people want to tell us is they watch the stats. Look at the stats. I don't see people talking about that many stats. And then the people, if you one of the moderators, can you drop the link to vote for Shedeur for Rookie of the Week in the chat? Anybody with a wrench, if you could drop the link for Shedeur's vote for Rookie of the Week. You got access to it. Keith Mathis, what's going on? Welcome in. Welcome in. So I saw McNuggets. He's still using stats and he's twisting them, y'all. He's not going from week to week with Shedeur's stats. When he's talking about time to throw, he's talking about every time Shedeur played. It would be more accurate to go week to week and just say what he did in that week. So it does mean the O-line is giving him time to throw. They're giving him more time to throw. So let me get this stat back up for y'all. Let me get it back up for y'all. Let's go here. All right, let's look at time to throw. We always heard time to throw. To me, time to throw is less about understanding, more about the circumstance of the play. Nobody wants to break it down and explain it that way. If they would have still tried to use the same time to throw, and they would have put the top 5 people on time to throw this week. Check out the list, y'all. Number 1 is Caleb Williams. Nobody talks about it. Number 2 is Justin Herbert. Number 3, Shedeur Sanders. 4, Patrick Mahomes. 5, Josh Allen. Do y'all see why they didn't want to talk about time to throw and only use this week? Do y'all see that? That's why they don't put up time to throw just for this week. Because you got to look at the list. That's when I say they're not being honest in what they're doing. They're not being honest when you don't go from week to week because you got to look at who else is there. So then ask yourself the question, would they ever say that those other quarterbacks don't know how to read defenses? Would they ever say that? Let me get the list back up so y'all can see it. Now, maybe Caleb Williams, they might say Caleb Williams. But have you ever heard him say Justin Herbert can't read the defense? Patrick Mahomes can't read the defense? Josh Allen can't read the defense? Y'all ever heard that? It doesn't match, y'all. It does not match their narrative. Shout out to Marie. Marie dropped it in the chat. So if you want to go vote, Marie dropped the link in the chat. Let's do this. I'm going to pin this link to the top of the chat. Pin to channel. Replace pin. All right. So that link is pinned. I pinned it to the top. So if you want to go vote, it's up there. We'll get the poll out of the way for y'all. Let's end the poll. The link is pinned. So if you want to vote for Shedeur, there you go. Link is pinned to the top. Shout out to Marie. I appreciate you.
You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job.
Keep Hunt, all QBs who make plays. That's true. They think Josh Allen, he could do no wrong. That's right. That's right. So I'm going to start giving y'all stats every week because I just want y'all to see how he's performing based on his peers. So people got mad when I compared him to Dylan Gabriel. People got mad when I compared him to Dylan Gabriel, but I was proving that he's way better than Dylan Gabriel. Should never been close. So now let's compare him to his contemporaries and let's see how it looks. So if you notice, it's certain stuff they're not talking about this week. What else is something they wanted to pitch? What else is something they wanted to pitch? They wanted to pitch
Stat man. Yeah, that's you. Yeah, that's you. We all.
They want to talk about sacks, y'all. Check it out. It's on the screen. Are sacks bad for all QBs? Justin Herbert has 7. Brady Cook, he played for the Jets. He had 6. Dak Prescott had 5. Jay McCarthy had 4. Shedeur was 11th this week with only 2. Are they talking about sacks this week, y'all? Are y'all hearing anybody talk about sacks? I'm just going to be the one to ask the question. Are sacks bad for all quarterbacks, or are sacks only bad for Shedeur? I'm just going to ask the questions, y'all. I'm just going to ask the question. Shout out to Marie for posting a link. Shout out to y'all for voting. I'm just going to ask the question. If it's everybody, isn't 7 bad? So look at this. Justin Herbert. Let me put Justin Herbert back up there so y'all can see. Justin Herbert. He's up there. He took the most sacks. Justin Herbert, second time to throw. Is anybody saying anything about Justin Herbert this week? They're mad he isn't getting sacked enough. Talk to him. So, hey, just hold people to the same standard. If you tell me your standard is a QB taking more than 4 sacks a game is bad, hold every QB to that same standard. But when you don't have a standard and you hold it against Shedeur and you never hold it against anybody else, that's when I got to call you out. Miss Pamela, they're moving the goalposts everywhere. The media, the people who don't like Shedeur, they're moving the goalposts all over the place. Goalposts ain't never moved this much. They're moving the goalposts all over the place. I got another one for y'all. Turnover-worthy plays. Now, you would think that they would talk more about turnover-worthy plays. This is turnover-worthy play percentage. So this is how many of your throws did you put in harm's way where the defense could have got it? This would also lend to them saying Shedeur doesn't understand what he sees out there. The same way they try to use time to throw. The problem is, let's look at the list, y'all. Brady Cook, it was in his first start. He was bad, really bad. Jalen Hurts had a higher percentage. Jalen Hurts cost them the game. Riley Leonard for the Colts, he's a rookie, but you know what it is. Baker Mayfield, everybody's hype about Baker. He was in the MVP conversation this year. Nobody's talking about it. Shedeur was 10th. Nobody's talking about it. Why aren't they talking about it? Somebody got it right. Detroit Gemini got it right. They only use stats to discredit Shedeur. Everything Shedeur does, every NFL player does the same thing. That's your answer, everybody. They're only using them to discredit. They're not using them to set the bar. They're not creating a standard. I got another one. Big time throws. We heard, put this down for a second. We don't know about Shedeur's arm. We don't know about his arm talent. Do y'all remember all the pre and post draft stuff? We don't know about his arm talent. We don't know if he has the power to throw through the weather and the elements in Cleveland. We heard all that stuff, right? Let's look at big time throws. Big time throws are throws that you only can get them in a certain amount. Let me read the technical definition. Let me not paraphrase their stuff. Let me read you the technical definition. I don't want to paraphrase. Big time throws. A pass with excellent ball location and timing, generally thrown further downfield and or into tighter windows. That is PFF's definition for big time throws. Now, let's look at it. We got it here. This is some good company, right? Matthew Stafford. People said he was in an MVP running. People saying Matthew Stafford's going to be a Hall of Famer. Aaron Rodgers, first ballot Hall of Famer. Everybody knows how they feel about Burrow. I'm not sold on Trevor Lawrence, but people are. And then you got Shedeur, who was tied for 5th with 3. To me, this shows he has arm talent. Just arm talent. The thing they said he didn't have. The thing they said he didn't have. I think I got one more, y'all. I got one more. You have to have a really miserable life when your MO is to wake up and hate so much for one person. Totally agree with you there, Key Mathis. Totally agree with you. Totally agree. Just hating the hate. Just wake up with hate in their heart. 6 big time throws. Zedric, you see it. Matthew Stafford was balling. So this is how they don't use stats fairly. Now, they talk about the third quarter. People in passing, when they got to say something bad about Shedeur this week, his performance, they talk about, oh, well, you know, the third quarter wasn't good on offense. The third quarter wasn't good on offense. Zedric, you remember this. I told you, look at what the Browns do in the second and third quarter offensively. It's not good. So they want to highlight it this week with Shedeur. The third quarter offense was bad. But to me, I know it's always been bad. And we got stats for that. This is stat for everything, y'all. Let's look at it. This is third quarter points per game. The Browns are in the bottom 3 with less than a field goal that they average in the third quarter. They weren't that much better last year, where they averaged just slightly over a field goal in the third quarter. So are we going to blame Shedeur for an offense that couldn't score before he was even playing, even going back into last year? Or are we going to say this is something they struggle with as a team? They struggle with this as a team. The funny thing is, before I even looked up and got this stat for y'all, I knew this was true because I watched the games. I knew this was true because I watched the games. They said he quitting. Hold up. Hold on. Let me take this down. Let me take it down. That was my last stat I had for y'all. Third quarter scoring, because I know they like to just throw that out there, try to blame Shedeur. Hold up. Let me pull up X real quick. Is Charmaine breaking news? Let me see. Let me look it up. Let me look it up. Let's see what they're talking about. All right, let's go here. All right. I'm looking. I'm not seeing that yet. I'm not seeing nothing. I'm not seeing nothing yet. I see they put up his press conference. I ain't seeing nothing yet. Charmaine, don't tease me with a good time like that telling me he quit. Don't tease me. That'll be an early Christmas present. I'm not seeing nothing yet, but I'll be on the lookout. I'll keep my X up. I had my X closed out, but I'll keep it up just in case. I'll keep it up just in case. Just in case. Jon Gruden said Shedeur was throwing wobbly balls in the rain and snow, but they get mad at us for calling out their nitpicking. Facts. Their second quarters have been better with Shedeur. Third quarters drop off a cliff. Yep. That's it. This was all before Shedeur. This was before Shedeur. So to just act as if Shedeur is not doing things that no other quarterback has done in this offense is crazy. Man, Cam not going nowhere. He just starting to become relevant. Yeah, I was excited. I was like, dang, Christmas came early this year, huh? I thought Christmas came early. All right, let's get to some more crash outs. I want to hit y'all with some stats because one thing that I think I should do is I should add more depth to the show. So it's easy for me to just break down and say this person don't know what he's talking about, that person doesn't know what he's talking about. But as we move on, we're still going to correct the haters, but we're going to add more depth to this. So you're going to get more stats. Usually on Wednesdays, around Tuesday night, that's when all the stats come out. So we're going to add stats on Wednesdays so y'all can see clearly when people are pushing a narrative and agenda. So we're going to offer up the stats. The stats are going to be the stats. We're not going to play no games with them. Oh, Jay. Okay, Jay, I got them mixed up. Yeah. Woo. Talking about Jay Gruden. Yeah, Jay Gruden. Jay Gruden is the one who's been talking about Shedeur. So we're going to add stats on Wednesdays. So hopefully y'all like us adding something new. Hopefully y'all like that. Let's get back to it. Shanithia not here yet, but Shanithia sent me this. We're not gonna spend a long time on this, but I thought this was funny. So this is the fighting that they're doing in Cleveland media. Radio station, well, one radio station, the shows are going back and forth at each other. It's hilarious. It is hilarious. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Oh my God! Wow! I got money.
Shout out to C.A. Anderson, and thank you for all your support. She has something to say. Check out how that fourth quarter drives are only the rookies with the exception of Jerry Jeudy. They ain't talking about the resilience of them young boys under Shedeur Sanders. Browns ain't stupid, I hope. Very, very, very valid point. People were going over the top saying that the Browns should keep Tommy Rees. Tommy Rees is way better at using Dylan Sampson in the pass game, and he is a mismatch. And also, I always question, who is Kevin Stefanski attacking on the defense? There were two players that Tommy Rees consistently attacked in this game, number 33 and number 39. When he got that mismatch on Sampson, they threw it to him. When he got that mismatch on Harold Fannin, they threw it to him. So I was able to see, this is the first time this year, I was able to see the Browns identify who they wanted to attack on the defense. So on Patreon, I did the third quarter breakdown. It's going to come out at 12, and then I put Shedeur's runs in there. Tomorrow, I'm going to break down the entire fourth quarter. Remember, that is, you get that on the free level of Patreon. So if you want to watch my breakdowns, definitely tap into the Patreon. But I'm breaking down that whole fourth quarter because I did notice there were some things that Tommy Rees did better, but that's not Tommy Rees, oh, you got your job for next year. No. Shedeur has shown more so far than Tommy Rees has. Tommy Rees is the one who I think needs to show more. So if it was between the two, it would be Tommy Rees. But C.A. Anderson, I definitely saw that. The rookies carried the team. That's why I said you can't just keep going out here losing, because the rookies still have fight. They still have drive, and they don't want to be known as losers. So you got to make sure you're fighting for them to win. So all the people saying they can just lose, forget that. We don't show up to work to lose. We don't show up to take L's. You showing up to win. It's a competition. You want to win. So you're competing. Not what these people are talking about. Not what they're talking about. All right, let's listen to the fighting on 92.3 The Fan. Shout out to C.A. Anderson. Your support is always appreciated. Drop catches, 16 and a few others for Cleveland had drop catchable passes, plus the interception. The Cleveland receiver did not leap, but the Titan safety did. Interception, leap. Yeah, you got to lay out there. You got to lay it all out on the line. Dive for it, jump for it, something. I don't trust Kevin Stefanski nor Tommy Rees. Both need to go. Shedeur needs to work with coaches that believe in him. Marie, I don't disagree with you there. I just think in this game plan, Tommy Rees did a little bit better. But when it comes to him, just people were saying in Cleveland they need to keep Tommy Rees. And I'm like, huh? One game? So the rookie's been carrying this team since the Raiders game. Or Jizzle, I agree with that. Albert Rear wrote an article that Kevin is considering to leave because he is being second guessed. He and AB are not on the same page, so they think he is leaking this real info. He is trying to make sure teams know he's going to be available. That's all. That's all that is. He's trying to, hey, I don't know if I'm going to quit or I'm going to get fired, but I'm going to be available. So before y'all hire y'all coach, he's just trying to put his bid out there for a job. That's all that is. He's trying to put his bid out there for a job. I see through it. He updated his resume. That's all.
Everybody that. And then, by the way they operated, they were telling everybody that. So it was the Browns that planted that seed. And so, yeah, I ran with it. I made the mistake of trusting the Browns on that. And it's obvious to everybody that Dylan Gabriel was not ready, that Shedeur was more ready, and that, oh, by the way, Shedeur has way more talent.
All right. As the lead supporter at this station, is this Anthony Lima taking accountability for his shahate, as it were? Do you accept this logic there?
Okay, so there's two different roads we can go down, and I want to see which one you think of. Because the first one, this was my initial thought. My initial thought was, wow, that was big of Lima. Like, he didn't have to concede all of that right then and there. And while admitting basically that he just fell victim to the idea that the Browns were pushing him all sorts of information, and like a sucker at the poker table, he was buying it. Oh my goodness! I mean, I'm shocked he did that.
Oh, and you're frothing.
Well, it's surprising.
If you guys.
He Anthony Lima destroyed his own credibility because he told you he's a microphone. He doesn't think for himself. The Browns said it. He reported it. He stood on it 10 toes down like it was something he knew for a fact, but it wasn't. Killed his credibility just like that. Eliminate it. UCLA didn't want Tommy Rees. I'm not surprised. I saw people saying that, and I was just like, if he get a job, take him. I mean, it ain't nothing special. Skip said that as well. They need someone who believes in him. Yeah, especially head coach. He's leaking it to Breer. Facts. Shit hate. Yeah, I can't get with the name stuff they be doing, but they do it. One thing about it, Jonathan gonna go hard for Shedeur every time. I love it. Latika, that's a fact. He ain't switched up. And I like when a person picks a side and stands on that side. I like it. And he wasn't even pumping his chest out as much as he could. He was not pumping his chest out as much as he could. He could have really clowned everybody on that station, and he didn't. Shaporter, so lame. Yeah, Miss Pamela, I think is lame too. He definitely felt vindicated. It was also his tone. Yep. Sampson is criminally underused. Let's see. Okay. Sampson is criminally underused. I'm also advocating for Amani Marshall. He was good during the preseason. He and Junkins in the formation, split back formation, swap out Sampson for short passes. I like using multiple backs. As I study the go-go offense more, I really appreciate using multiple backs and making them put pressure on the defense. So I like that plan, Doggy Bone. I think Barry is already looking for a head coach. I think so too. It fits Lima's narrative in his head. That's why he's easily believed the lies. That's a fact. He's been hating on Coach Prime since 2011. This is John Fanta. I thought this was really funny, y'all. This one really had me cracking up. Let's see. Actually, let's listen to the other side of this. Then we go get to Fanta.
Start watching the 92 Fan YouTube channel. You need to see the way that as JP was saying it in real time, I could see you
I do get angry.
You're getting
I get angry at it because I sat there and I tried telling anyone that would listen for as long as they would listen that the Browns are lying to everybody behind the scenes about Shedeur's lack of development and all this other stuff, and that it was hogwash. And meanwhile, I was getting shouted down by people like Lima who were telling me, no, you're not talking to the right people. Everyone that's there says he can't even do anything, can't even hold a football. It's like, no, guys. He can. He was really good in college. I'm telling you, this is going to translate. But to have the admittance there that you just took what they said and you ate it up and then tried spoon feeding it to everybody is what drives me insane. Have a thought for yourself. Have an opinion for yourself. Don't just take what the Browns tell you. That's the part that I get mad about. That's the part that I do get mad about. Now, the other side of this,
you are seeing. By the way, he curtailed that just a little bit because he saw the joy in my eyes as it was happening. He's like,
anytime Nick gets really excited, I go, "Oh no, we're going too hard here. This started off as trying to be like, good job, Lima. You did good. Like, thank you for at least admitting it. Thank you for falling on the sword.
The slippery wizard has done a good job being spoon-fed things from the Cleveland Browns.
I do.
So, do y'all remember months ago I said these people are microphones? I started calling them microphones. I said Mary Kay's a microphone. Jason Lloyd is a microphone. Jay Crawford is a microphone. Albert Beer is a microphone. The people on the radio, they're microphones. I was calling them microphones because they didn't have their own thoughts. They didn't have their own thoughts. They were just repeating what they were told. That's a microphone. None of this you're coming up with on your own. And you see people who came up with it on their own who actually watched the game. They watched Shedeur play. Y'all don't see us? We really could be clowning people very bad this week. Like clowning them. We could have spent the whole week just pulling receipts on people. The whole week. We're going to clown them in passing, but we're not going to stop. We're not going to stop. Because the way that they gaslit us since before the draft is insane. It's insane. Let's see if we got anything else from him before we get to Fanta.
I do think it takes a lot, though, to at least be like, hey, my bad. I got spoon-fed and fell for it instead of thinking on your own. Like, at least you admitted that.
No, I think it's chicken bleep.
Of course it is. No. Now, the other part of this, Nick, is then as that was playing, though, I had a second thought. I was like, wait a second. Is he in many ways just trying to escape culpability here and pass the buck to the Browns were the reason why I ended up looking like an idiot?
Yeah, I believe that is.
That's also not good enough either. So the same people that made you look, maybe this is just a lesson, okay? The same people that made him look like an idiot throughout this entire process and saying all these other things about how Shedeur isn't ready, where then 3 weeks later he's throwing for 350 yards and 3 touchdowns. Maybe you shouldn't trust him next time. Maybe that's the learn.
I'm gonna give him his victory lap, y'all. I'm gonna give him his victory lap. I looked at this situation and I always said, what did the Browns do to earn trust? Why should we trust what they do and what they say? They haven't earned it. That was always the question, and nobody can answer when everybody just turned into microphones and kept repeating what they were saying. Nobody had an answer for that. Not one person. And now I started calling it out when everybody said Kevin Stefanski should be fired. So the person that should be fired is the person that we're supposed to trust. So he's not good at his job, but we're supposed to trust him what he said. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Yes, I would have been popping my collar. My coworkers would hate when I get on the mic. Facts. He could have went harder. He took it light on him. Then he calmed down a little bit. Whenever they say Shedorians, let's be clear, it's condescension. They don't call Mahomes fans Mahomians or Bakers fans Bakerins. You know what? They used to call Baker fans Baker Bros because they would separate them as if they're not part of people who are rooting for the Browns. To me, it was a way of people truly exposing themselves. So when they say the Shedeur stuff and they add something onto it, to me, that's just you exposing yourself. So that's how I look at it. That's why I was never a fan of it. Well, Jason Whitlock, info as a Ball State player. The coach bench you and you decided to quit. Interesting. Shedeur preserved. Facts. I heard people saying that he changed his stance too, but he needs to stay far on that side.
Everybody stay on that side when they switched up. You switched up, stay on that side, man.
Yeah. Jonathan do stay going off. Maybe we shouldn't trust them next time. Evidence what you have been saying, D. Microphones. Facts. I've been saying it. I'm like, so we should just trust them blindly? Because remember, I wanted Kevin Stefanski gone before the year. I could have ran so many clips. I had other clips where I was talking about how the Browns could actually stumble into something good happening at quarterback. It wouldn't be because they actually did it on their own. So I'm like, I could be playing this stuff all day. That was a word Mary Kay called Shedeur supporters when she tried to interview him on the sideline during the summer. Yes, I don't like them trying to call us Shedorians. Yeah, I know some people, they lean into it because they try to take the power away from it. Me, I just can't rock with it. I can't rock with it. Call me my name. You know what I'm saying? Call me my name. Don't call me something else. I don't trust anyone in the media unless they're 100% independent. That's a good place to start. The Shaun King thing was funny because when Shaun King was on UCSS, he wanted them to play a clip of when he was on there previously, and the producers told him, oh, we can't play clips no more. So we can't bring receipts of what you said previously to show that you were right. Thought it was interesting. That's why I'm just here with me. I'm responsible for what I say. I have a baseline and a philosophy for how I speak on things. So if you notice, I'm not flip-flopping all over the place with stuff. I'm like, this is my baseline, and I just work off of that. Other people don't have a baseline. They just talk. And they'll take information from somebody else and make it more valuable than their own thoughts. It's just like the example I gave. Somebody asked me if I heard of somebody who covers Shedeur and the Browns, and I was saying basically I can't listen to people who agree with me because then it could kind of, I don't know if I would be saying how I feel or what they feel. And I want to keep my thoughts. So it's easy for me to listen to somebody I disagree with and my thoughts won't change. But when you listen to too many people you agree with, you start saying things and you don't know if it's you or their words. And I don't want to be in that spot. Lima in tears. He is. You want to know how he slept last night? This was him. This was also him.
Fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this.
That's everybody who been hating on Shedeur. They fighting for their life right now. They don't know what to do. Walking on eggshells, don't want to talk, don't want to say nothing, flipping out on people. I saw Bull. People was going at Bull because Bull did the first thing that he said he shouldn't have did. Bull, after the game, said, it's just the Titans. And I'm like, okay, there you go. That shows how you truly feel. These people don't want to be exposed. So they're more mad that people are exposing them. They're not even mad that they out here wrong. They're mad that you're exposing them, which is crazy. Let's get to John Fanta. I thought this was a very funny call, y'all, because he used to be.
I really thought, guys, that Kevin was a byproduct of awful decisions organizationally from the top to bring in Deshaun Watson, and I thought he is deserving of a real chance this season. They've waited.
Y'all hear? They fighting for their life. Fighting for their life. Most of the people that give people that rock with Shedeur names wish they had people to rock with them like we rock with him, Shedeur. Their own dogs probably look at them janky. Key Mathis, say that 1,000 times. Do y'all remember somebody came into the chat and I was like, when these people come into the chat, they want the support and the love that Shedeur gets. So they come say something crazy and really they just need a hug. That's all it is. They need a hug. And Real Fresh Food told them, if you need a hug or you need support, go buy a dog. Because that's what they need. That's what they need. They need a hug. They need some love. They don't like it. They don't like that. They don't like that nobody is showing them that level of support. Maybe you just haven't done nothing where people should support you to that level. Sometimes it's simple. Sometimes it's very simple. John Fanta crashed out. He did. He was going in. I wanted to play him last week because he was crashing out last week too, but he really crashed out this time.
Wasted the best defense in the league. Okay? Their special teams are horrible. Horrible. The offense, how does the offense look the way it does now and looked as it was the worst offense in the league, if not as bad as any offense in the league for weeks. For weeks. So how did you watch this kid every week and sit him? How did you sit Shedeur Sanders when when the competition is Dylan Gabriel, who is not an NFL quarterback? I was previously a Kevin Stefanski supporter, as you well know, and I was willing to give him a shot. But in our world of arguments, I'm not willing to just die on a hill. Okay, I was wrong. I was wrong about Stefanski. I really thought that he was a solid NFL head coach. And I wouldn't be shocked if some other NFL team ends up hiring him. I don't know how it'll go. I don't care. I care about the Browns. But I can't argue with, 6 wins in the last 30 games? It's a joke, guys. That performance on Sunday, it's like they're battling 17 points. They're not even battling an opponent. They got to 17, and then in the third quarter, every drive stalls. It's the same stuff over and over again. And then, it was a nice comeback because players made plays. Shedeur Sanders did things on Sunday that Dylan Gabriel never even showed a semblance of doing. You can't defend him anymore. I don't care how the last 4 games goes. The time is up. It's time for change. It's time for a new regime.
He over it, y'all. He over it. We got to pivot, though. We got to pivot, y'all.
Broncos country, let's ride. Broncos country, let's ride.
We got to pivot. We got to do it live. Shout out to Shanithia. Let's start it from the beginning. Make sure we don't miss none of it. I stopped caring about the NFL before the Sanders. Something else I said a long time ago was people don't understand the following that the Sanders family has. They'll see. They will see. We about to get to Shedeur, y'all. Let me hit these comments and we're going to get to them. I was laughing at Nick and Jonathan. They didn't know how to react. They just sat there. They just sat there. They didn't know what to do. That's crazy. The clips he was using from their show. Yeah. when they on the same station and they going back and forth is wild. The support Shedeur is having is because his situation resonates. This is why I say he don't act like a rich kid because most people can't relate. That's a fact. Shedeur's made the offense look good for real. A good QB makes a difference. He got Harold Fannin breaking records too. That's leadership and making everyone around him better. Also, did y'all notice he's always out there throwing early with Harold Fannin getting on the same page? Hey, whoever that is, he going off. Yeah, that's John Fanta. He was going off. How come no one is talking about how the offense looks and runs smoother since Shedeur Sanders took over? Also, what about the fact he played with basically the second team on the offensive line? Hey, they don't even want to get to that. They don't even want to get to that. I haven't followed football this closely since I was a teenager. Bringing people back to the game, bringing them back. They don't want to have real conversations. That's why I never moved off the mark. Shedeur needs to put tape out there. I never move off the mark. They said, oh, it's not going to look no better. Cam Newton said, oh, it's a bad team. It's not going to look no better. Dale Ryder said, oh, it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. It's a bad team. I never moved off my square. I always said Shedeur needs to get tape out there. Now y'all see why I was saying that. The tape will tell the story. They don't have control of the narratives anymore. The narrative is on the football field. Now it's on the football field. It's real. And that's why a lot of people don't know what to do this week because they don't know about football. You can always talk about hypotheticals when he's not out there. When he's out there, you cannot not talk about football. Can't talk about it. Got to be able to talk about football. Yeah. The Jason character, I never show him on my show. I don't care who we go at, what he do. He can just crawl in the hole somewhere. Charmaine said DG trash. Yeah, they got to see the truth. They got to say it now. Right, two families you can't mess with, the Obamas and the Sanders. Yeah, they gotta take their pill and keep it moving. They're the wrong ones. Shedeur make teams look good. He do. Bad teams look good. Yes. Yep. I bet we see Judy out there early now. Facts, because he's the one that hasn't been out there. Let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to Shedeur. We had to do a quick pivot, but that's what we about. We make it happen here. Let me make sure the sound is up for y'all.
He good. He got to get perfect audio, man. No rush, man. It ain't no rush.
I agree with that, Shanithia. He is making them look better. Man, their questions are so low.
Yeah. Well, no, Jeffrey Simmons, he's a great player, of course, and he bring that energy in the game, and I respect him, of course, going into the game, and even after the game and everything, that he's the competitor he is, and I was just excited, to have that experience to be able to play against him, one of the best.
Kevin officially announced that you're going to get to start the final 4 games. Obviously, you're talking about how you think of this opportunity. But you feel like this is now like a real audition to show that you should be QB entering the 2026 season, and maybe the team should consider like doing things right.
Yeah, that's a long, deep thought. Like, that's not in my focus. My focus right now is the team we're playing ahead, the Bears. So anything past that, I'm not really focused on, honestly. I'm thankful for it, but I'm not content, with my situation, with everything, and with leading this team. I think when you're approaching any week, I don't think the intent is to ever throw an interception. So I don't think that statistic, lets you know that they're good. They're a good team, but I think when you approach each and every week, I think that defenders are capable of catching an interception. Yeah, definitely. He's definitely a vet. We spoke about him here, and he's obviously a great player. Been around the league for a minute, so I have definitely a lot of respect for him.
I know that you, before you even got here, you talked about wanting to work on your footwork as one of the areas of your game. Coming into the league, your coaches have kind of praised you over the past couple weeks for showing improvement in that regard. What does that look like for you in terms of working on that, adjusting some things out there on the field, and how comfortable do you feel after three starts?
I would say I feel the same. Since I first got here. It's definitely mentally, it's ups and downs, it's different things, but I'll say consistently the same. I tend to stay and feel the same. In college and now, I think footwork and I think all that ties into a lot. You know, that ties into trust. That ties into knowing where you guys are going to be. That ties into everything. So that's where you see the improvement, because that we had that leap of faith, you know, this past week, with knowing that the receivers are going to be in the right places, looking everybody in the eyes saying, I'm going to be there, I got you, building that foundation, building that trust. So when everything, like when I trust, then you get the best out of me. You get what I'm saying? It's hard for me as a player to not trust things and play my best. So I'm just thankful that we built those relationships that quickly within the receiver room and within the team and within the O-line and everything. But we're not content.
What allowed you to take that leap of faith?
God did.
Man, they noticed the interview or press conference that everybody wanted to hear. They got to relax in the background. They got to relax. They got to relax in the background. They doing way too much. Y'all know who we here for. Stop acting like we here for one of y'all.
How do you decide when it's time to just throw it
How do I decide when? I would say like whenever the play's over. Sometimes you get in situations where you gotta understand the play over, and I'm improving in that. You know, I had a little slip up last week, for sure, when knowing the play's over. But like, I don't know. In those situations, sometimes it's just like I want to win so bad. You know, I want to make something happen whenever we're stagnant and stuff like that. So just learning, like from the week before when I took a sack that got us out of field goal position, I learned from that, and I was like, okay, knowing where we are in the field, understanding like, okay, I tried my first thing, it don't work. Get it out, you know, like so then I won't negatively affect the team.
I know you played 2 years.
There you go. He's learning from week to week. That was facts. How did you do this? God did. When I was watching the film this morning as I was getting the video ready, that was one of the things I saw and noticed. I noticed that he is getting better at learning when the defense won the rep. That's a hard thing to accept when you want to make a play. And he is learning the right time to just say the defense won this rep. So that's why he had more throwaways. That's why he's taking less sacks. And he's going to continue to get better at that because he's already identified this is something I got to get better at. So just great to hear.
Colorado, what do you think about minus 15 wind chill in Chicago expected for Sunday?
Honestly, I'm focused on these plays right now. Whenever that happens. You know, one thing you don't want to be is mentally defeated before you get there, you know. Whatever comes with, however it feels out there, just comes with it. You know, we could prepare the best we can and do everything we can to bundle up. I know you see the 2 sleeves I'm wearing now. So we definitely had to change the style a little bit to make sure I stay warm.
Because of your playmaking ability, especially on the platform, how hard has it been for you to, what you mentioned before, kind of break those habits and like survive for the next day?
Not hard. It just took a little explaining. That's it. It was a negative thing to happen for me to just slow down, you know. But it's. I look at everything and I understand. Okay, this is what I was trying to do in this, you know, in this situation. This is what you should do. And sometimes it go your way, then it'll be like that was lit, and sometimes it don't. So like you got to limit those that wasn't the best risk, you know, in certain situations, certain times of the game.
You said your dad was going to get mad at you for that pick.
Yeah.
Did he? And what kind of advice did he give you?
Well, you got like during the game and everything, I always hear his voice, you know, like in my ear. You know, I'm like in certain situations, certain everything, like in a lot of situations, and I know his expectation for me. His expectation for me is the highest than anybody is, you know. So that's where playing for him my whole life made it easier to come and play anywhere else, because his expectation, what he has done for himself, even being a player where he understands quarterbacks and everything. So Yeah, he definitely, is hard and definitely hard on me. Definitely tell me, get completions. Definitely tell me things like a recap of things, that I need to do better.
Shedeur, the touchdown he ran in towards the end there when.
That's it. I think people were afraid of what he just said. So y'all notice a lot of players say, "Oh, I heard the coach telling me this. I heard the coach telling me this." And he's like, "No, I just hear my dad's voice talking to me because he's been my coach and he has had the highest standard for how I should play. So I hear him." It's like I told y'all after the game with the Raiders, he said, "Hey, dog, take that check down. Take that check down." In this game, Shedeur was getting through the reads and he was like, "I'm gonna take that check down." So that's what people didn't want. They wanted a coach to be able to say and override what his dad saw, even though his dad knows the game of football better than the coach. That's another thing they did not like about him. That's love. He hears his dad's voice. How can you not love this guy? Facts. I don't know. I think you just got to be a hater if you don't like him. I hope he get number 2 back. I hope he get number 2 back the next season. I would like to see it. Then I would get both. They low key love his interviews. They do. Shanithia, they do. Facts, Arjizzle. He sure does sound like a rich kid. Facts. He's correcting the little details that matters. I totally agree. I'm glad he said it. Yeah, I'm Asante, I'm glad he said that too. I'm glad he let him know that my dad has a higher standard. So while y'all think my dad was going easy on me, he's holding me to a higher standard. If Shedeur gets a partner like Burrows got in Chase and a couple blockers, you can easily see 12 win season and playoffs and making an impact in this league for a while. Totally agree. Prime told him that when he was in that hospital bed. So he told him multiple times because I heard him say it after the Raiders game. And if he also said it when he was in the hospital bed, there you go. He letting them know and he's telling them and he's listening. That's the thing I like the most. I like that Shedeur is listening and he's implementing what he's learning. I like that.
Guy rips your sleeve. I guess, what's going through your mind in that moment? How do you manage to stay up and everything?
I would say went through the reads. It wasn't there. And just try to make something happen. When we get in the red zone, when we get in that score zone, it's a different mental shape you in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you trying to do everything because the absolute worst thing, for us that could happen is to kick a field goal. For the best thing for us is to score every time. So when we get in that red zone, it's definitely something we want to be able to put up points on the board and help our defense and help Miles get that sack record.
We're going to take a couple more. We saw you.
They be thirsty to get that question off too. Thirsty to get the question. Dion is his greatest coach and will forever be. I agree with that. They gave Dylan his number back before the preseason ended. Yep. KC, they gave it back to him when Pickett got traded. He let it be known in a slick way, my dad is responsible for my development. Yeah, don't give it to these people over here. Pops is telling me what to do. They be mesmerized when Shedeur is speaking. Facts. Glued. And they can't wait to get their question off. They cannot wait.
Have a little bit of banter with Jeffrey Simmons after your touchdown, you wrist up to him. How much do you thrive off that banter in the game, that gamesmanship of just going after the opponent?
Nah, you gotta understand that's my character. I'm not one to
I see you, Charmaine.
To do that off rip. I don't do that. I'm not a person that ever try to put someone down, try to ever stunt flex on somebody because it's no purpose. It don't really help anything. But I only do that when it was initiated. You get what I'm saying? And he's supposed to do that. He's supposed to do that. To the crowd, everything before we even scored and everything. So it's just fun. It's just fun. I don't take anything personal. I know they don't because it's a heated battle and it's a respect thing on both sides. So that's just in the game. I don't really look too deep in it. But if I'm initiated to do it, then it kind of you leave me no choice.
You're going to have Tony, Scott, and
They be trying to fire them questions off, y'all.
Oh my God! Wow!
Cleveland franchise QB right there. That's facts, Charmaine. That's facts. That's the QB right there. We don't got to talk about no other quarterbacks. We don't have to talk about no other quarterbacks. We don't got to talk about these college guys. I started already doing my research on doing a deeper dive on the college guys and their stats and stuff. And the same stuff they said they didn't like about Shedeur, some of these guys got just as many, if not more sacks. I looked at Cam Ward's whole college career. Cam Ward got more sacks. He took more sacks in college than Shedeur. He's leading the league in sacks. Detroit Gemini told us that the other day. So they don't have one standard. They don't have one standard. They don't want to accept that Shedeur is the Browns franchise QB. Asante, facts. They don't want to accept it, but they don't have a choice. I love how Shedeur is settling into his QB1 role. It's who he is. Facts. This is where he's supposed to be, in a leadership role, and people follow him. Shedeur going to be starting next year. Beast, I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. Shedeur get 10-minute interviews while everyone else is 3. Facts. They only talk to the coach for about 6 minutes. They be trying to get him up out of there.
And Murray K, and then we done.
Hold on. I want y'all to hear how this dude just said that. Hold on. Let me go back just a little bit, y'all. Listen to how he say this.
That's just in the game. I don't really look too deep in it, but if I'm initiated to do it, then it kind of like you leave me no choice.
Listen to the guy working for the Browns, what he about to say. Listen to what he about to say, y'all.
We're going to have Tony, Scott, and Mary Kay, and then we done.
He said Tony, Scott, Mary Kay, and then we done. Y'all not going to ask Shedeur questions for 2 hours. He told him, settle down. Exactly, all conversations need to be how we build around this guy. Front office should be talking about how to get in front of his contract negotiation. Yes. So, I hope y'all are familiar with this. Shedeur is actually going to be eligible to sign a contract extension a year earlier because he was a late round pick. If he would have been a first round pick, they get that 4-year deal. Then they could franchise tag you for 2 in a row if they wanted. That's 6 years of control. If you're a late round pick, it's only 3 years of control. Only 3 years of control. So y'all hear R Jizzle, he getting them in line. My bad, the bot got you, but I saw your comment, R Jizzle. Shedeur rubbing off on him in a good way. He couldn't code switch. Facts. He couldn't. Hey, chill out, y'all. That's it. Let's get our last 3 questions.
Your past receivers, you seem to have connected with Fannin the most. Why is that?
He's just in the read. He's open. I don't think. I think you got to know everybody's skill set and know what they do well, and part of that is still positioning and having everybody fit your eye. Like, it's a cut pass to Harold I was a little late on. He still caught it. He was still able to make a play. And as time goes on, we'll be able to build that trust, build that chemistry. We'll be able to play at the same speed, to play, like, with all the guys. So it's kind of like matchups, reads, what the defense is doing. Like, that's who I tend to want to throw the ball to. Whoever the defense isn't really covering like that, it's not really just my favorite guy. Let me just throw it to him.
Hey, I saw the video you talking to Cam Ward after the game, and he said something about what you're doing in the offseason. You said that's not your focus right now. Is that because your focus is these Final Four games, and how important then to you are these Final Four games?
Motherfucker, this is my life here, you know. So we on two different spectrums right now. You know, I gotta focus on playing my best and being the best player I can for the team, and obviously the situations are different. So I know he puts his all into these games and these Final Four games, but it's just a little bit different, you know, because you don't know what could happen, you know. So I just go here, enjoy my day, you know, work hard, do everything I can, and if I'm here, I'm here. If I'm not, I'm not. Like, it's nothing in my control, so I try to control what I can control. That's going out there, making the right reads, going out there, doing the right things, being the person I am. And things will fall how they're supposed to.
Shedeur, Ethan is out for the rest of the season, of course, with the Achilles. The first part of the question is just how, you know, I'm sure how disappointed are you about that, and how much of a help was he to you, and then how much chemistry do you already have with Luke from you guys having worked together?
Yeah, Luke definitely a hungry dog, so we gotta get that back connection going. But Ethan, definitely, it definitely hurt that he was out. because the responsibility he took, you know, in helping everybody whenever I was able to come in and have that different level of comfort, you know. So I truthfully hope I could play with him next year, and I hope he's around next year. You know, I really do. But I'm gonna make sure I'm around too next year. But Luke definitely ready to step up and do what he got to do. You know, so I'm thankful that we do have that hungry dog connection, that we able to get out there and get out there and feel back to normal. You know, like we are in the practice field. But yeah, Poe, yeah, that hurt. That one for sure hurt, because he's definitely cool, down to earth guy. Always get here early. Always man about his business, and it's just unfortunate that happened to him. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, y'all are hitting it right there. Y'all are hitting it.
Oh my God! Wow! I got money.
Shout out to Natalie for hitting the Cash App while we were listening to Shedeur. Shout out to Natalie for hitting the Cash App. I appreciate you for all your support. Thank you. I know that's right. They don't know nothing about his type of honesty from a QB. That's a fact, Shanithia. Yep, they watching well off with the rest of us. That's a fact. Sanders want to stay with Cleveland. Yep. Wink, wink. Hey, Barry. Hey, bring Ethan back. Bring him back. He said, I got to make sure I'm around next year. That's a fact. Y'all see it. I'm over Cam Newton, too. He goes with the win. Live gratefully, 247. That's why I say, hey, sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's, I don't know. That's why I don't back anybody 1,000% unless I'm saying it. But even I'm willing to change my mind when I'm giving new facts. That's him shooting the subliminals. He need his boy next year. That's a fact. That is a fact. Everybody watching well off. And Shedeur can get a big contract. Loretta, that's a fact. He can get paid sooner. I see Shedeur got on his own gear today. Hey, if y'all going to show this thing everywhere, as I get more comfortable, you got to let me get more comfortable. Shedeur should get them for every penny. Asante, he should not give them a cent less. Give me everything you owe and then some. And then some. Indiana, get Mendoza. Yeah, whoever wants Mendoza, they can have him. We don't need him here. Shedeur rubbing off of him in a good way. He can't code switch. Yeah, he kidding. He said, that's it. No more questions. I still think Deion wants to get Shedeur out of Cleveland if he could, because they still not treating him right. Yeah, if they had their way, I think they definitely would try to. Shedeur did a great press conference. Ms. Brown, I agree. I thought Shedeur couldn't read defenses and manage the offense. Ivy League Mac, talk to him. It was so egregious, the stuff they were saying. So egregious. We got everything you need here in Indianapolis, Shedeur. Come on, man. Don't try to take him now. Don't try to take him now. He'll spin one way on first take and talk freely on 4th and 1, referring to Cam Newton. That's a fact. That's why I try to not be here every day, because then when you're trying to do first take and you're doing that a couple days a week, and then you're trying to do 4th and 1, and then you're trying to do Funky Fridays, and you're doing all these different things, if you don't stand on what you say and you switch up, you're going to look crazy. So I try not to overexpose myself to being out here too much, because I don't want to fall for that trap. It's the Stephen A. trap. It's the Stephen A. trap. They said, man, Stephen A. got the #1 show on ESPN. Let's put him on NBA stuff. Let's put him on NFL stuff. Let's put him on the halftime show for NBA. Let's put him on every single show. When they try to put him on every single show like that, you just become watered down. Then you got researchers doing the work you normally would do. You're not watching the film. It's like when Cam Newton started reading the stats off of Dylan Gabriel and they said he didn't do that bad, I was like, he didn't even watch that game. So I never want to end up in that spot. I never want to end up like that. I never do. Took Cleveland 5 rounds to make the right pick. That's a fact. They backed into it. Indy, stay on that side. We full over here. Talk to him.
Everybody stay on that side when they switched up. You switched up, stay on that side, man.
Stay over there. Shedeur, the future of the league. I agree. We've been trying to get him. Barry tripping though. Hey, Barry ain't letting him go. That's Barry's biggest lottery ticket. Is if you're able to find your QB in the 5th round, Deshaun Watson still owe him, or he got an $80 million cap hit. This is how you get out of that. Plus the rest of the picks he had this year. So I was watching the Dogs podcast this morning. Apparently, them rookie linemen's backups been balling and have a decent rating. Shedeur elevate everyone around him. That's a fact. We're not going to mistreat him here. Plus, we got an offensive-minded head coach. Hey, Art Jizzle, y'all got to figure out what y'all going to do with AR, Anthony Richardson. Y'all got to find out what y'all going to do with him. Shedeur saved Barry's job, but not Stefanski's. That's a fact. Because Stefanski, he died on the wrong hill. He died on the sword for Dylan Gabriel. That was his mistake. Let me look up something, y'all. I want to look up the PFF stats for the offensive linemen this week to see how they. No, that's last week. I want to see how they graded out. Let's see. Because Shedeur definitely got him. He definitely got him looking better. Let's do pass blocking. Let's do all blocking. Right. Let me get these PFF grades for y'all. Did you see the game? This game had 5.2 million views. Every Shedeur game is going to be like that. Every one. They're going to keep running up the numbers. Or you can have Watson. Yeah, Art Jizzle, y'all want Deshaun? Y'all want Deshaun? Y'all can get Deshaun for the low price. All right, let's get this up. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go PFF for y'all. All right, let's make this bigger. All right, so these are the PFF grades right here. Let's go run block first. Run block, KT Levison was the second highest after Cedric Tillman. Zach Zinter was number 4 before you get to any other lineman. So run blocking, KT Levison is not bad as a run blocker. Let's see pass block. All right, let's look at pass block. Pass block, everybody, all the tackles graded out above 60. I don't know if this ever happened. I had to check later on when I get some time. But Cam Robinson on pass block, 62. KT Levington, 63. Ethan Poaches before he got injured, 65. Joe Antonio, 66. Zach Zinter, 71. Luke Whippler, 74. And Tevin Jenkins, 79. So even the offensive line that they said did not look good, wasn't good, they even look better with Shedeur in there. Joe Antonio came out and said, we have to realize that we still have an opportunity to make a play when Shedeur is in there. Maurice Hurst is coming back. That name mean anything to you? Maurice Hurst is okay. The reason why they're bringing him back is we need help to stop the run. He's not really a pass rushing defensive tackle. Zedric, he's more of a run blocking defensive tackle. And that's where the loss of Malik Collins was so crazy. That's what it was. Probably $6 million when adding the stream watchers. Dutch, I agree. And that's the Shedeur effect. That's a fact. Stephen A. Smith just needs to leave. Yeah, he got to go. What's going on, Maya? I missed you coming in. What's going on, Maya? Barry keeps moving the goalposts with people that want to trade for Shedeur. Facts. I heard reports that he wanted a second-round pick for him. He wants you to really give up something. Whippler gave up zero pressure and relief, something to build on. Yeah, and they haven't been letting Whippler play. He hasn't seen the field. Stefanski should be fired for ever allowing Dillon to start even one game, let alone 6, period. Now Shaun King was right on that assessment. Yeah, he was right about that. That one part. You're right, D. AB not traded Shedeur. He not trading him. This week, been watching Shedeur cartoons and fan cartoons is getting off the chain. Yeah, Tool Man. It's getting funny out here. Hey, you got it. They get taking a victory lap. Too many. Oh man, come on, Arjizzle. Come on, Arjizzle. Arjizzle, you wild. Gotcha. Hopefully it works out for the defense. Yeah, we definitely need some help stopping the run. Bill Belichick to the Browns. Yeah, maybe Bill Belichick about 7 years ago. I think it would take him too long to try to come in and correct everything. I'm going to tell y'all another name. So if y'all are looking for an offensive-minded coach that could really build a great offense around Shedeur, keep this name in mind. His name is Clint Kubiak. I was doing a breakdown on him earlier in the year because Kevin Stefanski interviewed Clint Kubiak, who was the son of Gary Kubiak. He interviewed him before they promoted Tommy Rees to offensive coordinator. Clint Kubiak wanted to be able to call his own plays, though. Clint Kubiak is currently the OC in Seattle, and y'all see Seattle's offense is balling. Got Sam Darnold looking good. Who in the building was Dylan's girlfriend's talking about? Carson, because it's not the players. AB, Jimmy Haslam. Jimmy too busy talking to Dion and asking, is he being taken care of? Facts, Shanithia. Facts. He's talking about, yeah, hope 12 does good today. Hope he plays good today. So maybe the janitors, the people he was being nice to, maybe them. Oh, we got another one. I got another video. Let's see, 12:30. All right, we getting close, but this is gonna be our last one. We're gonna go to the arena. Before I get up out of here, let me get this.
I was very impressed with his feet were a lot.
We're gonna go to the arena. All right, let's pull this up here. Hello, Shedeur. My name is Moses. I wrote 5 books on the Old Testament: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. The Most High included your name in the book of Numbers. The last is first. That's right. That's facts, Clyde. Aqib Khalib talked about Clint Kubiak. Yep, because Gary Kubiak, very prominent figure in an offensive system that people run, is his father. Was in Denver. So that's the tree. That's the tree. Do you think the Browns have any chance of beating the Bears? Going to be a rematch between 12 and Caleb? To me, the Bears don't have their defense is not as good. I'm worried about the Bears offense. The Bears offense, they run the ball. Yes, Shanithia. Yes, I did it. I think it was one of the first ones I did. I did do it early because I did Nick Wright, and he is not liking Shedeur's confidence, and then I played Coach Prime after that. So yes, I did it early. I think it was the second video I did. So earlier in the stream. Detroit Gemini. I'm worried about the Bears run game because they're super creative. This is how people get the Browns. They use their aggression against them. They stress test you. They put a lot of guys in motion. You're really going to have to play sound football to beat the Bears. And the Bears don't have a problem running the ball 35 times. So I'm nervous with how the Browns defended the run this past week. So that's what I'm concerned about. If the Browns can stop the run, I think we got a shot. If they cannot stop the run, it's going to be problems. So it's all come down to the Browns defense stopping the Bears run game. That's my concern. So do they have a shot? They have a shot, but they got to stop that. They got to stop the run. Off the Browns, what about the Colts calling Phillip Rivers? Tua, man, I don't think he's going to make a difference. It's late in the year, 40 years old. I don't think he's going to make a difference. He's going to have a buzz, and it's going to tail off quick, I think. It's going to tail off quick. That's the one I was talking about with Gruden. Yep. Yeah, we got it here. The Bears defense is banged up. Yep. Yeah, I'm not really too concerned about the Bears defense. Definitely more concerned about their offense. Shedeur already faced Caleb, USC at Colorado, 2023. It was a shootout. Sunday is going to be fun. Yes. I think the only thing that'll cause issues is the wind. That wind in Chicago, so we got to worry about that. Running backs. Managi has me nervous. Someone said misdirection. That's it. Misdirection. So all teams that have success against the Browns defense, they use misdirection because they want you to take a false step going in the wrong direction. So you got to stick to your principles. So if you are supposed to set the edge on the back end of the play, you got to do that every single play because eventually they're going to get you to make a false step, come down the line, and run past you. Got to bait Caleb into some turnovers. I agree. Browns need to stop focusing on sacks and play their defensive game. Tool man, I agree with you. All right, let's get to Gruden.
More calm in this.
There you go, Coach.
They were very good, very good. I like the fact, you know what, I look at quarterbacks, I like to see how they handle adversity throughout the game. And the third quarter was a debacle. They had a block punt, an interception, fumble by the running back.
Samson.
They're down. Now, how do you handle yourself in known passing situations? And I thought that's when he became his best. Going through the progressions, hitting the running back Sampson on 2 big plays. I know he had a screen pass, but I just liked his calmness and poise in the pocket when things weren't going so well. I like the fact that he looked like he was competing. It looked like he was, you know what I mean? He was.
Doggy Bone, when the Browns put out their injury thing on Friday or Saturday, he was on the injury. He was out. He was listed out as last week. So I'm not sure the injury, but they've been listing him out. Oh, my Go-Go offensive book arrives next week. Oh, Shanithia, you already got it? I got to get that too. Once Brennan said he wrote that book with Emory Hunt, I was like, I got to get that. I was like, I need that. What do you think about Deion and Jimmy convo? I think Coach Prime was keeping it clean. He was keeping it clean, and he made sure it was a little difference in between there because he know what's going on. It's going to feel negative 25 degrees in Chicago on Sunday. Man, that's treacherous. That is treacherous. It's just Maya. That is crazy. That is when I went to Chicago, I was there for a week. Wyatt Tesla, they already announced he's out. When I went to Chicago, I went there for a week, and I had to buy a coat from a store in Chicago because the coats I had from Cleveland, they didn't work. That wind was cutting right through my coat like it was nothing. You're only going to get Garrett the record if you get a big lead and take the run away from the Bears. Toolman, I agree. You got to get them going for it on 4th and long. Mary Kay says Shedeur is a gamer. Mary Kay don't know what she's talking about. Mary Kay don't know what she's talking about. She's just saying words that she heard other people say. She just repeating words she heard other people say. Repeating them. Also, Beast, to follow up with you, to me, they wanted to roll out the red carpet for Coach Prime after they saw how he was treated by the Raiders. So they like, no, we can treat you good too.
He was focused. He wasn't a happy-go-lucky, I'm just happy to be here type of guy. This guy really wanted to win and bring his team back. I like that about him. Obviously, there's some, the interception was a poor play, but for the most part, the improvements that I've seen him from his first game and a half of play was very significant. And that's what you're looking for in a young quarterback. You know what I mean? This is a building block process, which I keep telling you guys. He throws an interception. I told you he sucks. He throws a touch, and I told you he's the greatest thing ever. Let's just keep watching him play. These are going to be 4 very important games for Shedeur and the franchise of the Cleveland Browns coming up for the future. What are we doing with Deshaun Watson? What are we doing with Dylan Gabriel? Is Shedeur our franchise quarterback moving forward? Are we going to draft players around Shedeur? Are we going to run our offense? Are we going to get a coach that is conducive to Shedeur?
Maurice, what's going on? Maurice, I don't think any of these people watched him at Colorado, to be honest with you. I don't think none of them did.
Or who? What are we doing? So these 4 games for him to prove that, yes, I am the franchise of this team moving forward. So whoever's coaching me next year, is it Stefanski, whoever else, they know that they're going to surround me with the right people and make an offense for me. But I thought over the first game and a half, I mean, it's a significant improvement. Foot, poise, he escaped some rushes. He was very accurate with the intermediate short routes, which he's always been good at that. So impressed. I can't say anything negative about it.
As a coach, would you do that? Would you build a team around Shedeur?
I just got 4 really good games, but I think from what he showed, his ability to make plays outside the pocket, the bond in his first start, his ability to make people miss.
It's just Maya. You are correct. This is the one. That's why when people say, oh, would you take Jay or John? I'm like, if I had to pick, I would take John. I wouldn't take Jay. Deion was cool, but Pilar said it for everybody. This Wildcat is, you know what? This is what you get when you have Shedeur in a touchdown. Shedeur get that swag from both of them. Facts. I agree with that.
For a scramble touchdown, his accuracy, his anticipation to Jerry Jeudy on the 60-yard touchdown was very, very good. So he's shown flashes of everything you need to be a professional, successful quarterback.
So yes.
Yeah, right now, I mean, but let's just see. We got the Chicago Bears. This isn't the Tennessee Titans now coming up. We got the Bears coming up. They lead the league in forced turnovers. This is a consistent league type of deal. You got to perform week in and week out. I mean, not every quarterback. So we saw Hurts struggle last night. Everybody's all over her.
Exactly.
So you can't just make or break your evaluation based on one game or 2 games or 3 games. Let's just keep it going. But for me, he has shown the ability to do everything you need a quarterback to do. And that's read a defense, good footwork, protect the ball, escape pressure.
Hold on.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Did y'all hear last week when he was saying his footwork was so bad, and I told y'all he was trying to just put his whole thing together because there was only 1 or 2 plays where the footwork was bad? Now Kevin Stefanski in his post game, he said something about Shedeur's footwork is what you would use teaching tape on. Now he's saying his footwork is good. The problem is the Cleveland media was still saying his footwork was bad. The Cleveland media is still saying his footwork is bad. So which one is it? Which one is it? Talk to him, Shadithia.
Everybody stay on that side when they switched up. You switched up, stay on that side, man.
Now the footwork is good. Come on, what are we doing?
Anticipate throws and lead. Yeah, for sure. So
okay,
very
Coach,
impressed.
last week you said right now bang. You didn't see enough right now bang.
He did a
play.
couple of those very nice.
I did
liked
too.
it.
I
Yeah,
saw it.
I liked it a lot. He had a bootleg. One of the bootlegs, he expected edge pressure, which he got. He stopped his feet, hit the low cross. I love that.
Yeah, now they're saying his footwork is good. I kept telling y'all it wasn't nothing wrong with his footwork. I was the only one out here on the island saying his footwork is not the issue. Reading the defense is not the issue. I kept saying it. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with his footwork. Now everybody is like, oh yeah, his footwork is good. I'm like, okay, so we agree. Gotcha.
I love stuff like that.
A little shit.
A little shit.
But I would not want to be Shedeur right now.
As the more experience you get and the more you're expecting things. I got a bootleg, when you're first starting, you're like, I got a hell of a good fake. I got a bootleg. Oh shit, the defensive end's right there. Now the more, I see you end, I'll be ready for you. Here's a fake. There he is. Boom, bang. I love stuff like just little. And then the throw to Jerry Jeudy on the dagger route again for a touchdown. It wasn't even good. That was nice. The high corner, the corner route, the touch that he shows in the red zone.
Nice.
Very, very nice. Now, his arm strength is probably where people are going to say, hey, he threw a couple deep balls that kind of floated on him and hung in the air. If there was a negative in the blizzard.
Windy. In the blizzard.
It was windy. You guys keep making excuses.
I ain't making excuses. I'm just saying, if I see somebody throw a deep ball in the blizzard.
I just complimented the shit. I said, if there was one little negative, if I'm going to be nitpicky, I'd say a couple balls floated on him. The interception floated on him. And,
Did the throw to Jeudy float on him at all?
The dagger?
Laser? Yeah.
Slice through the blizzard.
You don't need those. Those need to be just over the linebacker and bang right here. I like those.
All right, so
I like how when he try to slip up and say something sneaky, they call him out right away. And it ain't just one of them. They all be going at him. Oh, you didn't like that? But it was a blizzard. He said, I just said good stuff. Hey, it was a blizzard. That's a fact. What he's saying is not an excuse. That's what the weather was. We all watched the weather. So, you know what? Funny, I went back and watched at least the fourth quarter of some diehard Browns fan pages. The ups and downs, crash outs had me thoroughly entertained this week. Marie, do you remember me saying, y'all see what we go through as Browns fans? I think somebody said, I feel bad for y'all. I'm like, we got to go through it all in every game. Every game, we got to go through every emotion. Shanithia, you see it. Skip ain't letting it slide. He said, oh, was it okay on this? I don't like the arm strength comment. They need to let it go. They do. Just like Frozen. Let it go. Let it go. They got to let it go. They got to stop. They got to stop. They got to stop saying the arm strength stuff. What happens is they want to squeeze a negative in there so they sound like they're not saying all positives. That's what they're trying to do. AR got a rocket for an arm and can't throw ish. That's a fact, Jizzle. That is a fact. But I like how they don't let him get away with it. I'm 50 and I could put a body to defense and stand between QB and rusher more effective than the garbage cans they put in front of Shedeur. Hey, man, they was okay this week. I ain't saying they was perfect, but they was okay this week. They was all right this week.
If you down 14, you Shedeur playing like he playing, he scored a touchdown. You going for 2 right there on the first one?
I never do, but
Oh, Casey, this is so true, so I got to make sure I don't miss it. Them criticizing his footwork was like when they criticizing him patting the ball. Mark Schlereth kept criticizing him patting the ball. If it was really a tail, he would lead the league in interceptions. And every quarterback who pats the ball would lead the league in interceptions. They need to let these tired things die. We went through the patting the ball thing in the summer. We got real football to talk about. Leave it alone. Is the defense able to capitalize on it? If they're not able to capitalize on it, I don't care. I don't care about the patting the ball stuff. They need to let it go. So who enjoyed the skills Shedeur Sanders displayed? Man, that was fun to watch. The loss couldn't dim that light. That's a fact. That's a fact, Tim. That everybody know where to put that loss on Kevin Stefanski.
A lot of coaches do that right now for some reason.
Talk about what a lot of
I always kick it because I want to have the chance to go for 2 at the end to win it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And then if you also you would have kicked that, then boop, he come score. Whatever reason you didn't kick it, he come score another touchdown. Are you taking Shedeur out to run the rookie to rookie to rookie?
I was going to run a wildcat play. I would never take out my quarterback. You know that play would have worked if what's his name? Forgot to pitch it to the receiver.
He did.
Right.
I think
he can't even hold it in. He just got to laugh at the play. It's only a good play if it works. If you put people in a position and they're unable to execute because they're not normally in that position, that's a failure on the plan. It was a bad plan. That's what it was.
They told him, I said, make sure you carry out your fake a little bit. And by the time he was carried out his fake,
he was situations
where he was like, catch the ball.
No, I think in that situation, the comeback and the guts that Shedeur showed in that game, there ain't no damn. I'm putting the ball in his hands. I'm a 3-man combination over here. Fake.
And what do you have to? Your team is 3
You just seen him scramble.
Miss Sparks, I like that too. Aqib Talib be on Gruden. He don't even let him finish his statement when he's saying it. He just hit him with it right away. Hey, nah, what, you don't like that? Oh, no, what would you do? Don't say what coaches do. Talk to him, Charmaine.
You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job.
Talk to him.
I'm not gonna make the game about me as a play call. I'm gonna show some tricky dick play. I'm gonna make the game about the comeback that Shedeur did and give him the opportunity to win the game.
You would think, Coach.
You would think, but that play might have worked, man. Damn, Junkies, why didn't you pitch the ball?
That shit ain't wouldn't have worked. Fannin Jr. was covered. The old lineman was covered.
Run it in.
He would have had to run it.
He would have had to run it in. It looked like somebody was waiting over there.
That was a bad call. That's a bad call.
That ball to change hands that many times in that weather, like that's crazy.
Yeah. How many times
all
do you think they practice that play? Yes.
2 times.
I would say probably Friday they do red zone, and they probably walk through it again once. And maybe,
Saturday.
Maybe
3 at the max.
He might not even been the back when they walked through it. So.
Y'all hear that? Everybody question it. My bot got you, KC, but let me see. Where's your chat go? Yeah, my bot got you. It's part of initiation. You know what it is. I don't even see it. Yeah, I don't know why my bot took that comment away. My bot is tripping for that. That is definitely not a link. That's not a link. Yeah, Casey, that was not a link. My apologies. I got a bot that patrols the chat, but I don't know what they're talking about. They're tripping. Put the ball in your best player's hands and make the other team stop him. I agree with that. Do you see Musgrave greet Daryl Corbett at the end of the game? Great acknowledgement of his impact with Shedeur. They're watching. They're watching. They are watching. The play did not work in practice. Charmaine ain't falling for it. The play was funny when you keep looking at it. Facts. That play would have worked if he pitched it to Gage. He had a wide open lane. He did. The issue is you have to do it enough so it's his second nature to pitch it. They had him thinking too much. When players think, that's when they slow down. He had to, I broke it down, I don't know what day it is. On Monday, he had to read too many things on that play. It was too much. Exactly, D. I think Chase or someone else said it's a good thing for him. Tap to stabilize the ball. Then Shedeur got it out on time and on rhythm. I agree with that. I love Aqib, too. He keeps it real. That's a fact. That is a fact. D, when you get your TV show says live podcast, I want to be here on your couch. Love your energy. And she low-key keeping them straight. Let's go. Let's go. Let's make it happen. They better off doing a speed option out of Wildcat. Totally agree with that, Cedric. Totally agree. They actually, I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm so intrigued by CU's offensive coordinator, Brendan Marion, I would install his go-go offense. I would install his go-go offense in the red zone situations. That's what I would do. I would install his offense, and I would use it in the red zone.
Oh my God! Wow!
Shout out to Miss Sparks. I appreciate you. Miss Sparks has something to say. I appreciate Talib so much. He's not giving an inch. Nope. And he'll press you. He'll say, I don't want to hear what they would do. What would you do? Oh, did you like this throw? He gonna press you. He not gonna let you dance around stuff. Jay always be looking like, dang, he don't let me live. Nope. He ain't gonna let you live. He is not gonna let you live. He gonna hold your feet to the fire. Make a decision.
Who knows? That's a tough one.
So, boys, they have the Browns.
Oh, also, y'all, the pin link in the chat is to vote for Shedeur for Rookie of the Week. So the pin link in the chat is to vote for Shedeur for Rookie of the Week. You can vote as many times as you like. So shout out to Marie for getting the link. So that's what that link is, y'all.
Bills, the Steelers, and the Bengals. Do you give Shedeur a chance to win any of those games? Because if he goes 0-4 ending this season, it's kind of scary for Shedeur.
Bears is going to be a great test. You know, their offensive line is not very good. I think they just benched White, Teller, the right guard. I'm not a big fan of the way they're protected. This is going to be a game the Bears have to win. This is going to be different than playing a Tennessee Titan team who has packed it in big time. I mean, their defense, holy hell.
They played a damn good game, though.
Oh, shit. There are holes. I mean, I can't. Anyway, this is going to be different. Chicago's well coached. Dennis Allen will have some shit for Shedeur, I promise you. So this will be a great test for him. And even if he if he doesn't have a great game, if they lose 27-10, I don't think it has an impact on Shedeur moving forward. These last 3 games and how he improves and just sees more, I think is going to be fun to watch. I think I was impressed by a game and a half what he did against Tennessee, despite it being Tennessee.
And if his defense can show up, maybe to this.
His defense going to show up.
So they had a bad game.
Yeah, they had a bad game. They going to show up.
2 big hits.
Yeah, the running, he slashed them, you know.
And on the Bengals, he can have a chance to ball out, you know, if that defense.
I'm watching that Bills game.
He going to win one of these games.
They're going to shock them Bills, man.
You know
that defense going to play tough, and it ain't going to be running around Josh Allen against Myles Garrett. And that defense is so bad.
Yeah, I apologize, y'all. I don't know why the bot thinks everything is a link today. The bot is tripping. So my apologies, y'all. That was definitely not a link. It was actually, y'all sent similar comments shouting somebody out. So the bot is tripping. My apologies, y'all. Marie, you're right. The bot tripping.
Man, Shedeur going to shred them up, man. I'm telling you.
Here's what you also have to understand.
I got one Buffalo, man. Hey, I'm telling you, when I was in Cleveland, there was a few teams we could beat. Cincinnati Bengals, Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Buffalo Bills.
Shit, they play all 3 of them. Shit.
We can win them games.
There
all 3 of them.
Them is 3 games we can, hey, we got a shot to win this for sure. Mark that on your calendar.
Divisional games are always hard.
The Browns.
Shit, you didn't beat us when I was at the Bengals?
Shit, we didn't?
You out of your mind.
We knocked some motherfuckers out, though.
Won the division.
Oh my God! Wow! I got money.
Shout out to Shanithia. I appreciate all your support. I gotta hit you.
Let's ride. Broncos country. Let's ride.
Shout out to you as always. Shanithia got something to say. My contribution to the Shedeur NFL Vindication Tour. Talk to him. Talk to him. And everybody who was a microphone and they was on the wrong side of this, stay where you at.
Everybody stay on that side when they switched up. You switched up, stay on that side, man.
Stay on that side. Don't come to this side. We don't have no room over here. We don't have no room. It's full. You see security put the ropes out. There's no more room. There's no more room. The Bears just lost Sunday. Yeah, the Bears can be got. I'm worried about the Browns defense, run defense. That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about the Browns run defense. Shout out to Shanithia. Thank you for always showing up and showing your support. I appreciate that. No, the Bears have a lower ranked defense than well, it's not lower ranked. It depends on the stat. Similarly ranked defense as the Titans. So none of these teams we playing towards the end of the year have good defenses. They're just hyping them up because of the quarterback play or offense. None of these teams have good defenses. So we're going to it's all about what the Browns defense could do. Oh, the next team is big and bad. They got something for Shedeur. That's all they keep saying. The doubters say the same crap every week. They do. Copy and paste. Copy and paste. It's copy and paste. It's no big special defenses left. There's no special defenses left. So it's all about what the offenses are going to be able to do, how many points you're going to be able to score. It's more about that. Yeah. Charmaine, definitely. You're a super supporter. So make sure on Patreon, you see videos, you see something, you think about it, you're like, hey, I want you to react to this, send it to me. So if you're a free member on Patreon, you can watch all the stuff I post. If you are a paid member on Patreon, like a super supporter, it unlocks your ability to like DM me. You can send me videos, all those things. If you are a all access crew member on Patreon, you can even send me like voicemails to play live during the show. So it's different levels of access depending on what you want to do on Patreon. So definitely take advantage of it. So Charmaine, you see something and you like, dang, I want you to react to this video. Use the DM function on there and definitely take advantage of it. Zedric has been using it. Zedric has been sending me things. Shanithia has been sending me things. So definitely, I want you to feel more involved in the show. So if you got some stuff, take advantage of it. And those are the reasons why you might do a paid version of Patreon. Just determine your level of support that you want to do. And also, even as a free member today, I got the film breakdown video. I released it at 12. So if you're a free member on Patreon, you can watch it and then you can comment on it as well. And then tomorrow evening, I'm going to do a longer film breakdown of the fourth quarter for Shedeur's game. So we break it all down over there. Yeah, I appreciate you, Charmaine. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's about, I can't remember, about 15 minute long video I put out over there. Yeah, Marie, Patreon is a app. Let me find it. I think I had it. Let me find a link for you. I thought the bot was going to be on time. As soon as we were talking about Patreon, I thought it was going to put the link up. It didn't. It put up it put up the PayPal link. Come on, bot. Let me grab it. Oh, there we go. The bot is listening. So it is a app. Marie. You can use it on your cell phone. You can use it in a browser. And it's kind of, think of it like another social media app. That's the easiest way to describe it. But I can put additional content over there. I can put free content. I can put paid content. But you can directly get in touch with me on any other paid levels. And then you also have your additional perks that are listed there. So definitely check it out. And the bot put the link in. The bot just put it in. So yeah, definitely check in, tap it out. I've been on the road this week, so I haven't been home. So I haven't put as many like just regular posts up there, but I still make sure I get the film breakdown for you there. And then I'll get more as I do more stats and stuff like that. I'll be putting those up there as well. So I'll get them out there to y'all. Charmaine, you see that? It took how many videos y'all have been here where I've been live and the bot has been way off? This is the first time it did what it was supposed to do. It heard me mention Patreon and actually put the link there. So I guess it's getting better. It's just learning slowly. I guess that's what it is. But definitely, if you're interested in the Patreon, definitely check it out there. Definitely got the free version. If you want to go free or if you want to up your level of support, it's there. This has been a great show. I didn't get to get y'all any of the film breakdown clips, like the screenshots that I did. I'll try to get some of those on Friday's show, but I had to limit this show. I got some stuff I got to take care of today. But we'll get some of those on Friday's show. We'll also be listening to more haters crumble this week. Y'all know how they've been doing. John Morant talked to him.
They switched up. You switched up, stay on that side, man.
Yeah, the bot. Y'all know how the bot do. The bot be tripping. The bot be tripping. Don't mind the bot. It's nothing personal. Rite of passage. So definitely like, comment, subscribe. Tap in on Friday. I'll be live 10:30 Eastern Standard Time when y'all get ready. Where was Shedeur at when his security walked him through the building where there was a lot of fans? Are you talking about at the end of Bucky's video, Shanithia? If you were talking about at the end of Bucky's video, he was going to where his car is parked. So they have one of my friends he's a police officer, so he used to work down there in the valet. So the players get their cars valeted outside, and then they go get their car for him. So he's on the way to get his car. It's fenced in, and they're kind of screaming through the fence to get Shedeur's attention. So it's the personal lot for the players to park in is where he was walking to. Yeah, it's the personal lot. It's if you ever go to a Browns game and you see an offer for the VIP parking lot, it's right next to where the players park at. But only the VIP parking lot at the Browns stadium, you'll be parking right next to where the players park. Or like one small lot over. So that's where he was, Shanithia. That's where he was. Yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope y'all enjoyed the stream. I enjoyed y'all time. I am enjoying our vindication tour. People, they can try to call us names. It's not going to work. They got to talk about football. They got to keep it real. They got to keep it locked on sports. That's not really what they want to do because they're not putting in the work to get the understanding, but y'all are. And we going to keep getting it. So I got to get up out of here, but it's been real. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I will see y'all Friday at 10:30. Peace, everybody.